Hello, everybody. Welcome on into the Dungeon Lounge. It is me, Elizabeth, here to play more Esoteric Ebb. I hope everyone had a lovely week. That is the unit of time I am trying to remember. Yeah, hope you had a good week. If not, I'm very sorry. Anywho, we're back to play more Esoteric Ebb. I'll summarize the plot. We have these lovely session notes that are being created that will get that all figured out, hopefully. Hopefully I can try and get to some third rank spells so I can start using Speak with Dead on everything, which is fun. Or I can find more animals to use Speak with Animals on, which is also fun. Anywho, you've awoken in a morgue. You've got a goblin sidekick. This was supposed to be a simple job. Figure out why a local tea shop exploded. Now you're standing here, the image lingering in the back of your skull. A dead elf. It's rare enough to see a live elf. Then there's that weird masked assassin. You have no clue who has it out for you, but somebody does. Beyond that, you also found the owner. That bird was trying to ship himself across the coast. Luckily, you got to him before his crate got spirited away. And finally, you've descended straight into the city below. Esoteric hallways full of traps, secrets around every corner, monsters crawling up from the depths. Somehow you just know someone or something is trying to keep you from discovering the truth. You need to keep looking. Search every corner. Talk with every person. Look into the political bullshit above and the esoteric madness below. Eventually, you'll find a way forward. We are on day 3. Let's go. I was thinking of going back to that shopkeeper. So I remember I think she has some spells for sale. I'm going to hope it's Mage Hand. Because yeah, we were here. I was thinking about doing the kitty challenges, but you know what? Now that I've had a week to think on my life choices, we are going to leave the city below for the time being. Go to the city above and go shopping. It's 10 in the morning, so shopping should be available. Oh, this isn't the way out. This is when I come down the pipe. I'm like, why is there a tongue sticking out of my scarf? I forgot I have my mimic friend, Meek, who I love dearly. He has been a good little boy so far. All right, this will get us out. This will get us back up to Hingle Dingle's shop. Sorry, Viskin. His name is Viskin. Forgot I have my cantrip on so I could see Pinecone people. Oh yeah, and there's also supposed to be that secret spell. Like secrets? Oh. Secrets? Secret. Again, I do appreciate that they won't let me cast it if there's nothing to cast it on. Just prevent me from wasting all my spell slots in 5 minutes. Books. Meh. There's this book. Where's this book? Ah, this one's not in English. Huh? Okay, we'll leave that alone. Because I remember that one they were saying you need access to the spells. Alright. But we'll go shopping. Shopping. Because I bought my fixed book back. Oh yeah, it's raining today. Oh, I hope that means that shopkeeper's still here. You may not be. Hello. With that old pine cone. Hello. Hello. Hi. Thank you. Strange mushroom juice. Neat. neato. Oh, he's gonna turp on him. Hi. The goblin clears his throat and gives the halfling a bow. So you're that Kargameshian vendor that came by the other day. Oh, I am popular then, she gives the goblin a glare. You're affiliated with this dragon I hear about? Yeah. Everything work out with the application? It did. Send my regards to your queen. She's not a... Sure, I'll do that. He gives you a nod and steps back. What do you say, warrior? Make my time worth it, here in the cold? Sure. Nice tent. Thank you. It's an old rag on a stick. Priceless. Can I buy it? I mean, yeah, it looks useful on a day like this. Oh, yes. Hence, priceless. Oh, hello. Oh, you got the icon. You got the thing. Hello. Fair enough. I have no reason to believe I am more important than a historic moon circling re-entry mission, so I totally understand. I think Grim said he was going to go watch a bit of it as well. He was very interested. Yeah, apparently Twitch is streaming. NASA is streaming on Twitch the re-entry of the Artemis 2, which is, as far as I know, going well. I hope so. But yeah, hello Nox as well. I am shopping. Well, actually, first I'm going to make her get this contract. I suppose, she says and grabs the paper. Ah, one of these, I see. Not entirely sure I reached the requirements of being a local, but I suppose it can't hurt to look over the legals here. Thank you. Shopping. Oh, good. Splash Up was good 4 minutes ago. Perfect. Great to hear. I am very happy that everything went smoothly on the mission. My understanding is that there was some little glitches here and there, but you know, nothing that put anyone at risk. The mission went smoothly. Yeah. Nox, please don't say that. Yes, there have been unfortunate ones, but this is, I think, you know, especially right now, I think it's nice to have one go smoothly. And, you know, kind of, I like how it's gotten a lot of people just hopeful. I like that. Oh. How much do you owe? Do I have 100 crowns? Yeah, it's not grayed out like this one, the 500 crown. So that leads me to think I have it. So yeah, I think I want to get comprehend languages. I'd assume so. It's such a great prize. I apologize if the handwriting is a bit rough. I got it from a gnomish gentleman in Vorgeni, a pixie-dusting fiend of a man. Cool. Yeah, now now other things are crossed out. All right, that's all for now. All right, not gonna worry about all that crap. What is... No. I found them in trash bins. See? Oh, wow, I have more money than I thought. But yes, I found them in trash bins by killing skeletons. In crypts. Everyone say hi to Meek. He's my boy. All right, so let's go prepare our spells. Hey, that means I can read that book. The one in Old Diminori. We could also say hi to Duck. Everyone say hi to Duck. No, I'm not the new raccoon. Oh, they've been getting things ready for the election. Hey, Duck. I'm going to talk to you in a minute. Hello, I'd like to prepare my spells, please. All right, so bless. Yes. 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 Any second ones I want to get? I can't. Yes. 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 Okay, I got one more slot. I'm gonna go with Inflict Wounds. Shield of Faith has done nothing for me. Barkskin's done more for me than Shield of Faith did. Maybe I should have one of those. That's okay. That's just Barkskin. Okay. Boop. I can't click them all. I'm limited in my spell slots. Also, I need to huff something. Excuse me one moment, please. Duck, how are you doing? The Iron Tin Can Knight does not acknowledge your presence. I got nothing to say, nothing new. Thank you. Let's go talk with the election boxes. I'm stuck. Okay, Snell's got this. He knows how to navigate a room. He knows how to use a queue. The ballot boxes are now ready for the election. Can I vote early? No way. They'll obviously make sure they're empty before they started the process. But I got experience. The boxes look at you boxingly. How does something look at you boxingly? Out of curiosity. I want everyone to know I had a yummy dinner tonight. I had Mary Brown's, and the taters are always make me happy. And haha to anyone who doesn't have access to a Mary Brown's. It was a book. What's Mary Brown's? It's a chicken place. It's like a Popeyes, but Canadian. I had a chicken sandwich, and instead of French fries, they are called taters, and they're like potato wedges with lovely seasoning. No Popeyes either. Well, life's just hard for you then. You gotta have some chicken place. Do you have a Church's? Do you have a Kentucky Fried Chicken? Right. You should. Boop. Boop. You mutter the words to yourself and carefully tap the frail paper. The words then pop into place. We have a KFC. We don't have Church's, but America Church's is known we only get chicken if you're... Oh, really? Funnily enough, I don't think it has that reputation here. Like, I will say, like, well, one, we've already done the fried chicken tiered list. We already know that Church's is fine, but there are better places to go. I think Popeyes did rank higher. I remember that one turning out pretty good. KFC didn't do good. I remember that. I keep being told, though, it's the location of KFC that's close to me, that there's other better ones, but it's like, the Denny's of chicken. You don't go to Denny's, you end up at Denny's. As they should. I wiped the sweat from my brow. The lair is hot. My companion was consumed by the lower beast in the first wave. I saw his soul yet screaming at me as I stepped up into the auditorium. No, I would not allow myself a meek death. The book details a first-hand account of one of many lambs, the strongest of their tribes, who were sent to fight before the great green dragon, Tisrildenor. I got it. Every though they say. Funnily enough, like, here, the hours of the Denny's got reduced, and I think it's hurt their business. Because, like, Denny's used to be 24 hours, and then the pandemic happened, and then they cut the hours to shit, and now they close it. I don't know. They close at a reasonable person time. So, like, because, like, for me growing up, it was, okay, I'm going to go LARPing, and when I'm done my LARPing, you know, you can't stay at the LARP location, you know, you got to go home, but you can't stay here. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So it would be that, you know, you'd try and find like a 24-hour or very late night restaurant. So you'd end up at a place like McDonald's, or oddly enough, Swiss Chalet tended to be open quite late, or Denny's. Yeah, drunk as shit or a theater kid. Yeah, the LARPers are theater kids. And so yeah, you know, Denny's was one of the options, you know. Like if you were feeling you had a little bit more money, or if you wanted a milkshake or something like that, then yeah, you would go to the Denny's as opposed to the McDonald's, which, you know, McDonald's is what McDonald's is. It's burgers, it's chicken nuggets, it's very addictively smelling French fries. The end. But if you want anything else, you're gonna probably end up at Denny's, especially if you just want a stack of pancakes. Anyways, we're back to this dragon. The author Kaelin was one of the few to survive. He writes how he ended up in the good favors of the Queen of the Tree after many years of servitude, but he never gave up the dream of killing one of them, or each of them. Ooh, this is fascinating. Keep reading. Time. Books consume time. You can usually just skip to the end. That's where the good stuff is. Get to the end. You flip to the final chapter. I am Calum of Demonori. My words shape worlds. Myself, your, is what I am become. Oh, I think we miss some shit. The book ends with instructions on various draconic magical theory, most of which you already know. Elementary. However, look at that final cantrip on the page. Look at that mage hand. Mage hand! I can touch things outside of my range. You run your fingers over the script. Yes. This is the personal transcription of the spell Mage Hand by this mythical Calum. It's for me now. What a masterpiece. Look at that scripture. To imagine that you were sharing in such glory. There is much more sleek implementation of Mage Hand than any you've ever come by before. You could perform great feats with this. What, reach for apples? Apples! Holy shit, this will let you steal stuff from a distance, won't it? Yes, although it's not as subtle as you might imagine. If you get caught. Never in a million years. I was hoping to get a power word from this. You once tried, remember? The back of the library. You found a transcript. You tried to memorize it. They found you the next day, on the ground, barely breathing. And your eyeballs had exploded. Oh, right. Eyeballs. Mm-hmm. The Patriarch was kind enough to cast a restoration spell on you, but he was not happy about it. Series of spells which can cure various ailments. The most common is lesser restoration and greater restoration. They can cure anything from blindness to tummy aches, or exploded eyeballs, apparently. My eyeballs exploded. What a day. Yeah, we don't do that again. No, you should not. Okay, so what have we learned? I'm not allowed to learn power words, apparently. I'll explode my eyeballs. That's not good. Oh, there's that nest outside. You know what this means? I have to reach all the things now. All the things that were out of reach. Hi. You see a bird's nest, nestle, blah, 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 blah. No, we're gonna stop leaning over the edge, but we're gonna take Mage Hand. How do you use the Mage Hand? There it is. Being Mage Handy. It's floating there, menacingly. Obsidian Amulet. Ooh.
I'd like you to know that the moment I opened the door, you were going la 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 la.
Oh no!
The driver just kind of looked at me and was like, "Huh?
I am an abomination.
You are an abomination?
I am a weirdo in the eyes of the T-Man.
Why do you have your prescription here?
Because I haven't taken it upstairs yet. That's as far as its journey made it. Alright, come on, Mage Hand. Let's go find more things that are out of reach. Maybe I can pet animals with it. Where? I'm trying to remember. Like one of those things, like, you know, remember, like, you know, you learn, like, in a Metroidvania, you learn the next ability to unlock stuff, and you're like, where are all the instances of the stuff I need to unlock? Now that I can touch it with my hands. I feel like there was some in the city below. Yeah, there was a gelatinous cube. They were like, yeah.
In a store indoors, I remember you trying to reach up onto a shelf.
Yes. So, yeah, the storeroom in Water Lane. Oh, shit. There's so much places I have to go to now.
Mage Hand is a cantrip. I couldn't...
Yeah, look at it. It's right there.
Yeah.
Wiggling. All right, now how do I get to Water Lane again? All right, through the windmill.
Please move your mouth.
Bye, mouse.
Or your, you know. There you go. Bubble tea.
Thank you. My bubble tea is here. And now I have my gummies and everything is set. Thank you, Graham. Blah, 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 blah. Wait. This thing. I want this thing. Now I can touch it safely with my magey hand.
And also, you shouldn't say thank you to me. We shall thank our Uber driver who was kind of funnily named Fnu Fnu.
Flu Flu?
Fnu with an N.
Ooh. Quebec. This is an item. Quebec. Where is it? There it is. No. Be highlightable. Why aren't you highlightable?
What's up? Where's cute?
Yay! I didn't know I need to pickpocket to get it, but mine now. I thought I could just mage hand it.
Well, yeah, you only go to Denny's. No, I actually like Denny's. I would not go there willingly because they're also expensive.
They're expensive. I will say, like, post-COVID, everything got expensive. Mwah. Bubble tea.
I generally find that most pancake and waffle places, I don't like the offerings they have because that idea of, like, meat with waffles is really weird to me.
I like it if I'm in the right mood. But it doesn't need to be waffles, not pancakes.
I did like the pancakes thing with, like, the whipped cream, banana, and chocolate. That was really good. All right, up I go.
Bye-bye. Back to that storehouse. How? Ma'am? There it is. I want this. The mind expansion. Ooh. What's that? My inventory is getting inventory. A common potion known to allow knowledge to stick more easily. Grants a minor intelligence increase for a week. So the game is over course of 5 days. So basically for the purposes of the game, intelligence go up. Oh, the stress cube. Translucent, somewhat firm gelatinous cube. They're used to be sold as toys/pets. Today they're illegal. Probably because they can technically still dissolve human flesh, albeit very, very slowly. The obsidian amulet. A weird stone that has been polished into a fist. It's grappling with a tentacle. Oh, who made this? And it has advantage against aberrations. Oh, aberrations. Got all my spells. Hooray. My questing tree. Oh, have I been missing getting these things from finishing my questies? And so here we are. At the end of a long line of divine tyrants and feudal lords. Feels like living at the end of history itself, taking a dive off into a chasm of hope. That's liberalism, baby. I have no opinions on. You may repeat that as much as you want, but the Free Strider slogans carved into the back of your skull prove otherwise. Like purely bodily speaking. Not that your thoughts have any real impact on the city. Unless you get back to writing, of course. I used to write. Every fantasy will have a wall. Honestly, yes. I remember someone complaining that their campaign didn't have like a shawarma place to go hang out at after the end of like campaigns. They're like, well, you can go to the tavern at the end. It's like, that's not the same. Writing? That's degeneracy. Look, you've got some bruises on your fingers from last time. But really, that's just proof you were on the right trail. Free Striderism is the future. That much is clear. But what you saw happen in that fancy room between Vera and her glowing guest, that's going to be the main conflict going forward. Not some scuffle with Asgall youth students or rigid theocratic bureaucrats grasping hold on their mansions. No, the future obstacles are out there. A free striderism creeps towards the coast. There will be lots of powers ready to meet it, both head-on and also in more sinister ways. As shown by the Golden Horde, they're clearly trying to co-opt the whole thing. Vera's doing the best she can, anyways. More for the vibe than the food. Yeah, I definitely hear that. Like, where it's like, oh, you have to have the, like say for instance the tavern in this game with the Sphinx hanging out. And you've got the bard, and you got, it fits the setting. But sometimes you just want a Waffle House. Oh, sure, she's clearly struggling though. Reeds is in a precarious position, believe it or not. It'll be all too easy for the liberal, wondrous dream to collapse in on itself. With enemies on all sides, within and without, you need to band together with your fellow freestriders and fight back. But I'm apolitical. Or if that doesn't work, grab what you can while the grabbing's good. Then jump out the window in a blaze of glory. Ooh, jumping out the window. Yeah, that does sound like a collapse in a minute. And somehow, over these past 50-something years of crazy radical freestriderism, that just hasn't happened. Remember how freestriding was born? Yeah, no. Point is, the invisible hand would... This is going to be the spell Invisible Hand, isn't it? Oh, no. I really thought that was going to give me a spell. All right. To keep us guiding words. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. You. This tale you have heard so many times. A modern myth, as the old keep being stripped away. Freestriderism, an unstoppable force charging across the coast. You must arm yourself against the storm, quickly, before you are crushed between the waves. Look, let's be real here. There are 100 different ideologies with 1,000 different interpretations and branches. Out of all of them, Reedsian freestriderism is probably the most powerful at the moment. You shouldn't throw all your eggs in the proverbial bag of holding, but it certainly won't hurt to move a bit closer underneath that yellow banner. So if you've got all these forces pushing you in all kinds of directions, maybe try being a bit of an immovable object. One that's sitting squarely in the good graces of your new Reedsian overlords. Seriously, if even the apolitical boogeyman can agree to leave Freestrider, you really can't go wrong, can you? Oh, and that's a feat. Oh. What do you think I should get, chat? Do you think I should be interested in Unstoppable Force, the Invisible Hand, or the Immovable Object? Let's learn about them, shall we? Bear arms, fight against the forces of the world, until the end of time itself. Unstoppable Force alters ability scores modifiers on weapons. Positive modifiers get a +1, and okay. So good gets good, worse gets worse. Okay. What about Invisible Hand? Everything is yours. You just gotta reach out and grab. Advantage on all. Okay, so picky pockety make more pickety pockety, which I don't do. What is the immovable object? A convenient cooperation with no real downsides to it. Let those Freestridian impulses guide your purchasing decisions. Immovable object. Your dexterity modifier also adds to your haggle discount in shops, stacking with charisma. Well, my charisma is garbage. My charisma is actually in the negatives because I rolled a funny character who doesn't do well with charisma. So, honestly, of the three, I'm looking at Unstoppable Force mostly just because I don't like stealing and I have no charisma, which basically leaves Unstoppable Force, which is going to be good. All right. Yeah, you do that. Remember, to think like a capitalist, which means choose whatever works best for you. I'm picking Unstoppable Force. Stand tall against the Eastern Torrent. You will need it. Okay, well, what happens if I click on my other quests? Because I did that one. Tea shop. That exploded. What is loneliness? I should have been doing this earlier, I'm pretty sure. What is it? That feeling in your chest. The knowledge of lacking, of being without. This thing hanging veil-like as connective tissue between others. Is it something? Is it simply void? Is nothing something? Why are you asking such a weird question? What's this got to do with the tea shop? Everything. It is the central theme. Yeah, because I'm getting feats and XP, so yeah, I have been missing things by not touching my question tree. Oopsie. Well, guess what? We're catching up now. We're going to do it all in one shot now. You came here to solve a mystery. Yet what you find is everything working against you. Someone must really not like me. Yeah, hard mode, basically, right? Yeah, like why can't I get access to the tea shop right away? Indeed. Political forces working against each other, not in direct competition, but indirectly, as the election looms over all folk. A coin lord who wishes nothing to be brought to light under his reign. A chieftain who wishes to hold her dominion tightly, caught between a poor woman in a tea shop. How do you know she's innocent? Not innocent, but somehow you know she did not deserve such an end. But I'm figuring it out. That is true. For you, despite these tribulations, it has proven a revitalization, a return to form. The last year has been terrible. Oh, it was just a demotion. We're getting somewhere. But now, you are on your way to handle it all. All thanks to... Nell. Yes. His presence is a good in your life. He is potentially a friend. Friendship is not a necessity, nor is beauty, nor is love. They do not help you survive this world. Rather, each of these things give value to survival. So the empty hole in your chest does not open up as wide at the end of your next quest. When the silence of your tower office or room at mom's apartment does not engulf you quite so suddenly and hastily. Oh. But then you can ask yourself another question. What is tea, really? What is tea, really? Are we shifting topic? A warm liquid filtered through leaves of various distinguished plants, only to be served to free-spirited youthful folk of common cloth. A drink of the post-war era. Leaf soup. And then this drink explodes. I hate tea. No, I love tea. I have a boba tea right now. It's taro flavor. Taro? It does not, however. You see, at the center of Norvik is the middle of the chilled River Torna. Sits a fortress. One filled with folk, each of them flowing through the alleys and tunnels and streets. At the center of which, you find a tea shop. Stepping through its doors, you're immediately hit by a wave of exotic aromas. These are folk of all kinds debating, playing music, and exchanging ideas within these walls. Stacks of newspapers thrown about the tables. Behind the counter, you see a dark-feathered creature serving freshly brewed cups. Who's an idiot? Sorry. This is a tea shop. There are many like it in Norvik. There is nothing special about this one, apart from the fact that this one blew up. I used to love tea shop. Yeah. It was the best years of your life. It was the closest you ever came to having real friends. This bit has a very depressing backstory that we're slowly getting, and I'm feeling very depressed for him. Most of it spent drinking halfling tea in Dvargby, one of the 5 districts of Norvik, located in and around the Great Steam Pit in northwestern. Great Steam Pit, you're going to have to explain that part. A deep crevice in northwestern Norvik that's connected with the river via canal, a centerpiece of Dvargby. The Mog. How do you pronounce A with hat? With people. Oh, shut up. They used you. Aren't you the one who always going on about exploited labor? Well, that's you. A lonely kid tricked into pushing dwarf propaganda, that's all. It is not so simple. They were also kids. Myron, she was trying to. You don't need them. Nothing to cry over. Nothing lost. Everything gained, however. If you hadn't gotten arrested, you never would have joined the Earth Guard. It was destiny, a group of Asgalas turning on each other, running to the hills. To survive that, it builds character. We're getting a picture. So as a kid, I was running with the Asgal movement, but it looks like they ratted me out. Maybe not for simple reasons, but it happened all the same. And then I found the police. The Earth Guard seemed to be the police. Keep this goblin at arm's length. You don't know where he's been or what his intentions are. You will make it as a lone cleric against the world, as always. No, don't push him away. Gotta reel him in, just like everybody else. Your main problem from the beginning has been one thing: honesty. You keep showing your true colors. Nobody likes that. Keep it friendly. Keep it light. Everyone should enjoy your company. Oh, interesting. They can enjoy your company without it being a winning game. But if they enjoy your company, you win. Everyone wins, including you. Ignore this idiocy. Focus on your spells, learning, retaining knowledge, and applying it during your downtime. Become even a greater master of memorization. All right, so here we've got our feat choices. What is the lone cleric? You're a man. You don't need friends. Taking a short rest means kneeling down in the dirt, a fist placed upon your chest, your brow dripping, pearls of sweat falling down upon your bulging pecs, in the darkness, alone by yourself. Flying solo. You don't need friends. You're a man. At the start of your short rest, you'll additional... Okay, so better short rests. Okay. What is master memorize? It does sound toxic. I don't want to argue that, but we're trying to focus on what I get out of it. Master memorizer. Normally, your absolute genius allows you to recover spell slots during whatever breathers you take. Focus on this. The rest is useless. During your short rest, you can store 2 random spell slots instead of 1. Oh, okay. So the first one was more healing, like health healing during a short rest. This one is you get more spell slots. Okay. Friendly company. Snell is a good person. You enjoy his company. Just his presence during a breather is enough to make you feel good at heart. The feeling is somewhat mutual. Well, who cares what he thinks? Seriously, need to learn how to make friends. For real. It includes manipulating them into actually sticking around. Oh, that is calculated. During short rest, always roll a hit die with advantage. Snell also gains an extra proficiency in his... Oh! So is this a wise or charismatic thing to choose? It's a mix, really. Like with alignment, it's all about attention. You view socialization as a zero-sum game. Do I? No, I don't. Then you're dumb. No, you are not. A relationship is what you make it. If you assume it to be a cold calculation, then that is what you get. Sweet, good deal. Okay. Alrighty, so from a purely utilitarian, and we're not going to dig in too much into how much it makes my fifis feeling, lone cleric means more HP healing during a short rest. Master memorizer means more spell slots are regained during a short rest. Friendly company gives me and Snell little bits of advantage. Specifically for Snell, it's an advantage in his next initiative. And I think for me, it was... I always roll hit dies with advantage. So the hit die to restore my HP will be with advantage. Okay, so you're not guaranteed to get better, but you're going to have better chances of getting better. Yeah, toxic nerd or transact. Well, I will say the last one does seem to be about how you view it. Just friends helping friends, or is it, yes, friends helping friends? Or would it be friends, the word in quotes here? Honestly, the thing I've been struggling with is spell slots. I keep using all my incense to get spell slots back, so I'm going to go with Master Memorizer. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to learn about it. I want to take it. No. Okay, there we go. Go with your heart. It lives in your sleeve. Memorizer. An intelligent choice from a master wizard. and so you shall remain. Oh, wisdom is getting me the shit. All right, let's click on more quests. I found this bird. Boop. I'm gonna get those 3rd level spells so fast. So you took the bird's papers. I did. Made him stick around with the snakes. I got a problem here? You sure do. Look, it's time to establish some baseline, okay? First of all, immigration is good. I'm not saying I have anything against immigration. I'm just saying I don't want him to leave town. What? Immigration. It's a net positive for a modern society. For Norvik. First of all, made political. Freedom of movement. It's literally the most fundamental policy of the Free Strider bloc. In the real old days, the only people with resources to travel would be the aristocrats of societies. In the real early days, that'd be the top dragon servant, the top slaves. Dragon servant. Old derogatory term for humans. Ew. Then, during the last few centuries, that changed. The average person suddenly got the ability to move. On a societal scale, sure, but also in a geographic sense. Each of the Arcana splinters dealt with it in different ways, but in general, especially once the Coast War broke out for real, all the borders got real tight. A shoot-on-sight type policy wasn't uncommon. And that's shit. Real shit. So we have agreed, borders are bullshit. Arcanas are terrible, doesn't mean nations don't have the right to close the borders. You should have some. I found this fence and I'm going to sit on it. Probably. Let's put it this way, like, it's taking a little step out into quote unquote, like, yes, our borders a social construct? Yes. We have all agreed to, mostly to where the imaginary lines are driven are that determine, you know, okay, this is US, this is Canada, this is Mexico, that's the ocean. Well, the ocean kind of decides where the ocean is, but you know what I mean. So yes, to some degree, those are things that have been negotiated between peoples. And you have, and yes, largely determined by money, you have some ability to move between these borders. Again, usually with money. Or, you know, because it's like, you know, if I want to go to Europe, I need to get my ass on a plane. If I want to go to the United States, that is significantly easier based on where I am. Hooray for the birth lottery, or however you want to call it. But at the same time, like, do I want some of the shit that's in the United States coming up north right now? No. It stays down there. You keep it down there. You keep it down there where you mean it. So right now, sometimes I am kind of glad about that imaginary line that eliminates Americans from Canadians. Like, it sounds like I'm going to sit in the fence, doesn't it? But yeah, like, you know, like say for instance, you know, when a war breaks out in one country and everyone wants to get the fuck out, you know, suddenly it's like, oh no, we don't have room for the refugees. Oh God. Oh God, I found my fence and I'm going to plant my fucking butt on it, aren't I? Okay. All right, here's my fence. No. All of it is bad. Let's go over the facts here. The number one cause of starvation, poverty, and economically related suffering is the general lack of prosperity. Historically, it's understandable why peasants and kings, or early arcanists, didn't really get this, because they just didn't have any reference point. If things were always terrible, you wouldn't even know what good is, right? Then came industry, mass production, both esoteric stuff, access to free food, healing services, teleportation, and the fundamentals, textile factories, metal refining, and transportation. All of it giving way to an unprecedented amount of prosperity for everyone. It's like cheating in the economy. Everyone gets rich all of a sudden, even the old aristocrats. My dexterity is a fucking capitalist, and I kind of want to punch him. Like a very naive one. So then you have the question of nation states, of borders. You can make an argument that freedom of movement goes against certain ideals of nationalism. But you can't completely lock your own people away from others. You can't stay out of the global trade. You'll lose that authoritarian touch. In return, get super magical economic boost, one that helps everyone. I will say economies that do have immigration, a solid immigration policy are generally stronger than economies that don't. But again, okay. You know those Azgals that hate Free Striderism so much? That is the point of where they all shut the fuck up and sit down. Because Azgalism didn't make anything better. Not anywhere near to that degree of opening the markets did. Free markets indeed. Anyways, and locking down your borders, not allowing trade, people, labor, goods, and services to flow at the behest of the benevolent and invisible hand. There's that invisible hand again. They're going to offer me invisible hand again. I'm going to get grumpy. That's literally like arbitrarily making your people, all your people, objectively less wealthy and probably a lot hungrier just for some dumb ego trip. Thus, immigration is fucking great. And anyone who disagrees is a fucking idiot. Sorry, I've convinced me. I will now allow strangers to come live with me in my apartment. I will say the one thing I'm always concerned about on immigration is it gives sometimes places the excuse to get away with shit that wouldn't be tolerated otherwise. Because, the usual thing you hear, who's working the shitty below minimum wage jobs? Usually those jobs are accepted by, especially in Canada, temporary worker immigrants. And it's they're working the job at worse conditions than anyone should normally be tolerating, and probably for a shit wage. So there's concerns. There is I kind of want to pick one just to be an asshole. And my hope is that this is actually being sarcastic. It probably isn't, though. But we're going to go with it anyways, because I think it's funnier. You don't own an apartment. You live with your mom. Shut up. Come on, be serious for once. This is hardcore stuff. Good, he knew I was joking. Immigration is good. Repeat it. Immigration is... fine. Yeah, here it is. Immigration is a tool the bourgeois use to slow down wage increases and dilate the working class solidarity. There it is, right there. Wow, big ass gall brain man over here, using the fancy words and everything. The working class has been systematically lifted out of extreme poverty, all thanks to this oh so oppressive capital. I know someone who oh good, same pay as everyone else and must provide housing. Honestly, that's wonderful to hear. It's one of those things where it's my opinion on landlords is generally not great, but there are good landlords out there. I don't want to paint everyone with the same brush. So yes, I'm super happy to hear that there's, people out there who are making sure that, their employment, the conditions of employment lift people up. Yeah. Okay. Back to D&D politics now. All right. After the Coast War, there were two roads. One of them led to them all turning back to peasants. The other, incredible industrial prosperity. You're on that second road now, and the Alsgalls want to drag you kicking and screaming onto the first. So anyway, yeah. Making Drummer stay when he clearly wanted to get out, shit move. Just a straight up asshole move. But you could clearly learn a lot from that bird. I will say, Dexterity's not wrong in that it was, the bird wanted to go, the bird was scared, the bird is worried that he's going to be attacked or harmed by staying in the city, because whatever caused the tea shop to blow up, quote unquote, could come after him or what have you. So from that respect, yes, what I did was asshole-ish. But not because I'm anti-immigration. That's where I'm kind of taking the umbrage on this. He's got that infectious paranoia about him. Huh. Oh shit, your stomach's upset. The bird. Yeah? The bird is a survivor. That is his legacy. More than that, he really had one hell of a way to handle himself, ignoring the shitty escape attempt. You saw how he danced around your questions? Seriously, maybe it's a racial thing, but he read the room just as well as he recorded those voices. Honestly, most of those are damn true. Take any lesson you want from them. That bird's got game. And remember, immigration is good. All right, what does this one do? Be ready for anything. The world could fall apart at any second. The walls could implode. Your dreams shattered. This is all true. When this happens, you get ready to run. Leave the city in a crate. Ship yourself to High Shay. Whatever it takes to get away from any of those pesky consequences. Advantage on initiative. Cool. Okay, that's very safe, very standard. What does survival of the fittest do? You live through it all. Advantage on death savings throws. I do die a lot. This is the 1,000-yard stare of a person who's had to roll death saves too many times. What about reading the room? You want to say the right thing, right? Make the right choice? Yeah, might help to have a quick glance around the room first. Advantage on behold checks. Oh, so that's like the when I click on a person and it gets me the thingy, the little character sheet. That's cool. Okay, so these are all different advantages on different things. So advantage on initiative, advantage on death saves, advantage on the behold check. I'm gonna make a decision now. Go for it. I'm gonna go for survival of the fittest. Because the city below keeps trying to kill me. You will live. Woo! Level up. I gotta level up. Does that mean I can cast 3rd level spells now? Level advancement. My ability score +1. 3rd level spell slots. I can cast Speak with Dead, my bitches. We're gonna go talk to a corpse after I'm done talking to all the voices in my head. Oh, I gotta pick which one of these goes uppies. Ooh. So the kind of the frustrating thing here is knowing my D&D-ness, everything at even scores won't get me better modifiers if I hit the +1. If I up strength, I'll get a +1 out of it. Dexterity will not become more proficient. You know what? I've been enjoying talking to wisdom. So we'll go with wisdom for now. Though it is an investment on a future press. Oh, and it highlights in the color of the trait you took. Okay. What's this one? The class conflict. We resolved that. I'm a cleric. They must have realized it by now. You're not just some government goon. You are a cleric? You are the cleric. That is your calling, your duty, your life. Since you joined the Earth God to make sense of this unruly life of yours, it is your calling. This is where you found your zealotry, your love for this city, your meaning in life. I'm gonna feel clerical. There are other trails as well. One more in tune with your natural inclinations. I see where you're going with this. Yes. You have shown promise as a primal caster. A friendly local druid. That is also a choice you could make in the coming years. And that would suit your demeanor well, and potentially grant you access to healthy friendships. Those things, whatever you say, is not what your innards crave. No? No. If you are thick, if you keep taking hits, if you get back up, even with a world upon your shoulders, suffrage, order, buildings, home, hierarchy, nothing natural, all fake. No, your body craves the real. Does it crave it craves the hot dog. Sorry, the slaw dog. Fresh meat, flowing water, green grass. About the barbarian Ascani. That is what the entangled knot in your stomach. Or that is what untangled in your stomach. And so on. Okay, so what is this? Tell me about the cleric. With that name as your pride, you will keep going through divine, sacred magic. So, okay, is this good? It might not be a feat on this one. Divine, one of the 3 pillars of magic. Okay, yes, I remember that part now. Okay. The cleric, your healing spells are increased by an extra proficiency. Your heals can also be increased by your strength modifier instead of your wisdom modifier if it's higher. It's not. What about the barbarian? Your skin is iron. Your flesh is stone. As you crumble, you grow harder. You get back up. Whenever you're below 25 HP, which does happen more than I would like, add an extra proficiency on all rolls. What about druid? Spend more time in the great outdoors. That is the first step. Extra proficiency in rolls when in natural habitat. That includes outside areas, overgrown areas, and caverns. Moist holes also count. Moist holes. Why? All right. Yes, it is here. You know. All right. Do I commit to better healing? Getting some clutch ability gains when things get bad? Or enjoying moist holes? That's not what the advantage is yet. They're not going anywhere near that part. I will admit, it's between these two. Cleric or Barbarian. I'm going to take Barbarian because I think it's funnier. I want to appease my tummy. Your body thanks you. My character's a mishmash of feats and crap. Your journey shall be long, but you will endure. You always do. Feel like I found myself in my tummy. In my tummy. All right, more quests. What else did I finish? Okay, I've got all these over here. Boop. Democratization. That sounds like stupidness. Hey! Oh, it's him again. You've been doing great work out there. About the tea shop? Oh yeah, that's going on too. But no. We're talking about the election now, buddy. Just like you've been doing quite a lot of lately. You know what that makes you? A herald. A democratic herald. Doesn't that sound nice? What does that mean? Someone who spreads the word. Someone who gets people engaged with the democratic process. Look, this is what the new world is all about. People talking to each other, sharing ideas, debating, listening. Every conversation is a little spark of democracy igniting. And you're fanning those flames. So here's the thing. All that talking is energizing. No, it's not. I get tired. I need naps. When you engage with the people about what matters, what you get them thinking, discussing, caring, it fills you up. Makes you feel alive. What, I don't get any other choices? Great question. In this case, you're just way too aware of the fact that you have absolutely no chance of ever subverting, changing, affecting this particular democratic process. And you obviously can't stop yourself from spreading the word, no matter what that word is. But here's the thing. Okay, we're going ba. I guess I'm taking the feat. Every time you ask someone what they're voting for, you feel a surge of vitality. The incitement of democracy in action. You were getting 1d to get hit points back every time I ask someone what they're voting for. Oh no. Oh no. I have a practical purpose to be an idiot. Give me my feet. Too many feats chosen. That's the spirit. Welcome to the new world, Harold. Okay, apparently I need to go check my character sheet because I have too much. I have too many feats. Oh, I still have my bark skin going. Oh yeah, I don't think time's passing. Hello, character sheet. Where are you? I remember seeing it at some point. No, not in the journal. That must be a book. We gotta come back to that. Where is me? Oh, sorry. I'm just briefly admiring the map. Also, I just noticed something. How do I get my delicious 3rd level spell slot? Look at it. So delicious. You know what? I'll keep doing these things and I'll come back to my feed thingy. Maybe I have to go do it. Maybe I have to go pray for it. I might have to go pray for it. Boop. Oh no. A dozen dwarves and an orc walk into a tavern. The orc turns to the tavern keep and says, "Hey, give me a large one." The tavern keep says, "Please don't turn this into a joke." There are real people. These are real people you're talking about. What's going on? Let me continue. So the dwarves go. The dwarves have struggled as a minority for decades. They deserve respect, nothing less. No, really, what's going on? You're divided, but a truth will be achieved. Look, whatever. Look, the gist of the story is the orc is hard at work improving his shitty little city. The dwarves are annoying and stupid. Got it. Oh, dexterity is racist. You believe for a second the orc wants this city to improve. No, you've seen too much to ever believe such a lie. Oh, no, he's talking about, okay. The quest is the Veer is the orc, and then the ones I chased away for not having the right paperwork for their protest. The orc is the Free Striders, right? Okay, so yeah. This is kind of debate, eh? Kind way to put it. The revolutionary Free Strider will bring freedom, democracy, and riches to Norvik. Last part being the most poignant. Let us focus on each of those points, one at a time. Oh, come on. Freedom. Free Strider rule would entail joining the Free City Alliance. Local politics will be focused entirely upon serving the core cities and reeds and the interests of the trade company. Democracy. While it is true that they initiated the move towards universal suffrage, the Free Striders are known for both ruthlessly pushing propaganda to vulnerable folk, as well as just simply buying votes. That is fact. Ridiculous. Riches. They claim the Free Striderism would somehow enrich the folk of Norvik is actually ridiculous. What kind of riches are being distributed to the lower classes of the city, which already are Free Strider-owned factories? This is silly. Without Free Striders, you'd probably be a farmer. Who the fuck wants to be a farmer? I wouldn't mind being a farmer. Farming is good, healthy work. Don't change the subject. Do you two ever shut up? Not really. Oh. I guess I should make a decision. Yes, you must retain the spirit of Osgalian revolution. After completing a quest branch, you can allow it to take root in your mind. When doing this, you must make a choice between available... I know! I've been doing it! Take a deep breath and stand up against the ever-growing wave of capitalism. You should choose Asgalian spirit and speech. With this feat, you restore 1 hit point for every hour that passes. Oh! Greed ain't so bad. To be able to unlock a better life for yourself? Who would want that? You should choose Money Talks. With this feat, you gain 50%. That would have been good earlier in the game. Before I picked up all that money. I could have, because you saw that money I picked up. I could have had double that. 50% more of it. Dang. So I feel like at this point, like, considering I'm only fighting this on day 3, I feel like I'm going to go with Asgalian Spirit and Speech only because I didn't do this on day 1 when I should have. Where I would have picked it, I would have picked Money Talks on day 1. I know, I picked a lot of feats. You've chosen well. True harmony comes from being in tune with your fellow folk. The dwarven way is the good way, the egalitarian way. Feel like I've resolved some conflict in the world. No, I haven't. I haven't. Ooh, I got more HP. There's all my cantrips, my little hand. Back to my quest. Is there some way to rearrange my feats? I probably just need to go. I just need to go find a prayer. I just said that earlier. Here's another one. Young and dumb. Trouble brewing. Young woman running around the streets, slinging Asgala's propaganda to unsuspecting citizens. Boys causing chaos in the name of some hapless magazine-inspired rebellion. This cannot be tolerated. Sure it can. What? They're just learning as they go. That kind of looseness will bring order to its knees. It's all... The Asgal youths did nothing to warrant such pushback. This era is one of communication. Ideas interchanged freely between a populace of free-minded thinkers. Folk dreaming of an egalitarian potential. Man. Wisdom is me when I was a teenager, like when it was all like naive hopes and dreams. Now I'm an ancient banshee and trodden by the world. Blech. Anyways, however, The problem lies with the unfortunates who break and steer folklarian thought with reckless unkindness. Reckless unkindness? Senator seeking about the welfare of the folk. Okay. You must pray for them, beg of them, to please, please stop being so mean. I'm sorry. Do you really think that'll work? One can wish. Those boys might be unkempt and rough, but they are proud citizens of the city. They are performing a service, albeit a crude one beyond the realm of law. But the youth Asgals, they're even more unlawful, to much a steeper degree. How do you calculate a degree of unlawfulness? Entirely through the morality of their behavior. Okay, clarify. Feelings. Feelings. Yes. You are feeling like the boys are in the right. What has happened here is a complication upon society, a representation of the wider culture. Young men are drawn towards the rough, downtrodden world of the dreamers, the hope of national unity through a Nuthurian society, one of leadership and honor. But without that guiding star, there is no such singularity, no control, no wise king to bend the knee to. I feel like this is talking about something. Instead, these boys are simply expressing pain through violence, enacted onto those who are attempting to craft a more caring future. That is, young women. They, as opposed to young men, are drawn towards a more social type of unity, with welfare and Asgalian flattened hierarchical structures. Beyond Asgal himself, who is by his function also a male figure, it is to womanly people you should look towards. Lady Fair is one. Halfling god? Yes, Lady Fair and those not. The walking god who gave everything save her people. Her words are few, but spread far across the coast. Her church is quite active among Novorkian society as an organization of charity, one open to all folk, no matter their origin. An egalitarian dream. That is why women, as harsh as it is to say, are simply more suited for Novorkian leadership. Lady Fair makes it clear. A house held by a woman stands any season. We're really gonna make this girls versus boys? But I want to lead the future, and I'm not a woman. Like, let's put it this way. I'm all... at the end of the day, I'm not a big old fan of the patriarchy, but... I am not of the opinion, guys suck at it, so let women do it. I would say that anyone should be able to do it, provided they've got the, they aren't assholes about it. That's my policy. Just, you can be in charge, just don't be an asshole. Yeah, middle ground. There's something so powerful about dreams. Ideas spreading from man to woman, woman to man. But the Asgalian dream is not a blessing. It is a smile wrought in pain, a vision of 1,000 layers of intersected nets and labels, tangling every person and snaring them into oppressor or oppressed. And there is oppression. There are unfair hierarchies. The world is corrupt. Oh, yay, yeah. Venom mentioned that Artemis was doing good, so I'm glad to hear it. Did you get to watch it, Grim? I wish qualifications mattered more in Minecraft. Yeah, in Minecraft, yeah. It's been a long time since I played Minecraft. You missed the splash? Oh no! But everyone landed okay, and that's the important part. But not fundamentally. If these boys are pushing it back against Asgalism, that is only natural. As an ideology which pushes fundamental... Okay, we're gonna try that sentence again because I'm just fucking it up. It is an ideology which pushes a foundational belief that they are naturally oppressively superior. If a young man grows up in squalor, finding zero advantages from him being a man among patriarchs, nor any power from being a human, especially if he grows up within non-human clusters, something many of the poorest humans do. When he is unable to find a job at age 19 and he has almost no political, societal, or economic power in his life, Which dream do you think he would believe in? The one that calls him to fight to reclaim what is his by right? A good life as a future patriarch? Or the one calling him an oppressor? Okay, I see we're going down this road today. It does not call him an oppressor. That is an unfair reading. As Gaalism is about systemic change, that young man is trapped in the same cycle of violence that all men find themselves since the dawn of time, that he must fight, that he must be a patriarch to have that good life. As Gaalism would lay the foundation that allows him to be free of those burdens, he would be free to find that job, that good life, with the same prospects as anyone else. You were saying, though, that society should be led by a woman earlier. That foundation is laid by raising women to the forefront, by allowing them to flatten our hierarchies and bring about a new world. I took Political Science 101. Please be impressed with my game. Sorry, I'm being overly harsh. I apologize. I am enjoying Esoteric Ebb. I want to be very clear on that. I'm not always a big fan of how it's putting out. Funnily enough, literally before I got started, Grim was asking me how I was enjoying the game, and I said I really enjoy this game when it's not being excessively political in terms of like it bleeding too much into the real. And we just found that spot. We found that spot that I just talked about with Grim. Okay. Here we go. We all suck. That is not a nice way to go through life. Probably not, but I want to make you two shut up. It is, however, surprisingly egalitarian. You need to come to that realization that once every boy reaches towards the late stages of their capitalistic, pubertistic, and socialist awakenings that... No, not at all. It is only your placement you must understand. Figure out where you've been planted. Figure out where you planted those 2 feet of yours and accept where your bones will begin their incessant, slowish grind into the pavement. Learn more. Steel yourself. Seek love. Be more. Oh, this one has a check on it. This is the first time the quest one is like... Okay. Mika's helping. Mika's helping in the depths of my mind. Such a good mimic. Okay. So funnily enough here, because the check is the same, it's both 11. Wisdom is actually, I'm easier to because I naturally have a better wisdom modifier. Suddenly understand gender. Fucking hell. I'll go with this one just because I have the better chance of succeeding it. Which is good because I kind of rolled shit. Oh, it is such a simple answer. What? As you compare and contrast, as you break away the many specifics and biases and little intricacies that make each man a man and each woman a woman, what is left is but the souls of these folk, these creatures of biological realities and spiritual happenstances. Each of them loving and holding, hating and screaming, within yours arbitrary spectrum, within some neatly organized checkboxes on a governmental form, within the heart and genitalia of each young, virile, beastly person who struts across this artificial landscape. What? They think so much. They feel so much. Both as one. I guess I'm going to understand. Men and women are numerically more similar than they have ever been different. Okay. Any kind of statistical calculation or divinely attributed science will always point in that exact direction. There are extremely minor divergences in the averages. They are negligible. The default man and the default woman are going to be in every way that matters on a broader scale equal. Yeah, I understand. Button push. Hello. Hello, welcome into the Dungeon Lounge. I'm very sorry I'm going to mispronounce this name. Cas Morgaz? Welcome into the Dungeon Lounge. Thank you so much for the raid. I have been blessed by Kofu. Thank you so much. welcome on in. What were you playing today before you raided on in? And hello, Simple B. You were also playing Esoteric Ebb. Awesome. So just for the people who've raided in, because I'm not too sure where Cass is in the game. I hope you don't mind me calling you Cass. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'm on day 3. I only just discovered that I could do talking to myself to get my feats. Thank you. Oh, hello, Deep Blue Dog. Thank you. So if I am further ahead in the game than you are and you want to raid and run because you don't want to be spoiled, 100%, I get it. Thank you so much for the raid. I do really appreciate it. But I do just want to kind of give you that heads up before, because I have to catch up on all the quests I finished to get my feats, because I didn't realize you could do that because I'm dumb. But once I've done all that, I'm going to day 3 events. So just want to make sure. But if you're further ahead and you want to see how I handle these things, of course, you are more than welcome to say. You've seen this bit already? Awesome. All right. Not a problem. Gotcha. But hello. Welcome to the Dungeon Lounge. My name's Elizabeth. I happen to be playing Esoteric Ebb. I am also Ebby and She. And this is actually just for newcomers here. This is actually a shared channel. I'm joined by my friends Grim, the Lion, who normally streams on Thursdays. And then my 2 other friends, Sascha the Griffin and Flora the Dragon. They're both taking breaks from streaming right now, so unfortunately they're not around right now. Right now we're streaming primarily on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and then we have group streams on Sundays. Yeah, but also thank you so much for the raid, and yeah, hello and welcome. We are figuring out the differences of gender. The big thing that pisses me off about not realizing this until day 3 is I'm like, why can't I get levels? Why is my experience so far behind? And I figured out why. Okay. How do I know this? I said, how do I know this? You know it because you feel it esoterically. However, those minor differences, on the average, they coagulate towards the extremes. A bell curve. It's a miracle the green one took this long to figure it out. A bell curve! If men are the 1,000th of a percent more aggressive than women in the averages, that is nothing but an indication of this. The most violent people in society are all men. Well, where are we going with this? I always want my feet. Why are we talking so many politics? My brain hurt. Okay. This means both of the following statements are fully true. First statement, men and women are the same. Second statement, men and women are different in the extremes. Okay, what does this mean? In this way, only in extreme cases does gender affect anything. If you are dealing with the most empathetic people in the world, they will almost all be women. Okay. This is a very good benefit in your choice? Okay. If you are dealing with the most competitive people in the world, they will almost all be men. Yet for the vast majority of groups and/or collections of people, the more empathetic and competitive are just as likely to be either men or women. This gender divide is not something you should use to judge or evaluate average people in average day-to-day life. It is only relevant in the vastly wide distributions. You will always have more male criminals. You will always have more female Asgalas. But only because the most violent people become criminals and the most lovely people become Asgalas. I don't entirely agree with the only violent people become criminals statement, but that would start a rant that would take more time than we've got this evening. So yeah, something about the last part sounds incorrect. It is something to think about. Now, you must choose. Wait, choose a side, as difficult as it might be. All right, let's just figure out, okay, the brass tacks, what does it get me? The halflings built a religion out of feminine love. You could do something similar. I'm not going to build a religion. I'm busy. I've got to solve a tea shop. Extra proficiency when you're talking with girls. Okay. It's very interesting. This was very interesting. I had about now. Yeah. Like I could see this one starting a very long conversation. A brotherhood, a patriarchy, a good and just world. It is within your grasp. Extra proficiency when dealing with masculine characters. Which one would be the most... That's what... In all honesty, you must think of this as a representation of your future struggles. In other words, the person who blew up the tea shop, the one you must discover. Will it be a man or a woman? It could be either. a man. A sorcerer would surely be able to sling such esoteric force, but a man is more likely to enact it. Here's the thing. And I do want to be careful here because I don't want to inadvertently give you any spoilers, Cass. We already have a vague idea of how the tea shop exploded. And it is, at least in my current theory brain, leaning towards an accident. Because it was a specific magic item going off that caused all the explosions. And so... the thing is, it's like, I still have one witness to question. I still have to find Frank, son of Frank. That witness is, at least as far as I know, male identifying. Viskin's a dude too, and I got concerns about him. So if I'm kind of viewing it from, let's just go with what makes my life easier, future patriarch might be the choice. But there could also be, like, certainly, like, the Atir, the Sphinx lady. Let's be clear, I'm trying to hit on the Sphinx lady. And Vera. Like, there's a fair number of ladies that I've been having fun conversations with. So this is a hard choice. And then there's all the politics, but we're not going to think about that because I'm apolitical. I don't worry about those things. All right. Either way, we got to make a choice. Do so. Stand tall. Do not be afraid. I'm going to pick Lady Fair. I'm going to piss off Strength. It is done. The feminine has entered into your body, your soul, your blood. Be kind to all. Be slightly less confused about gender. Hooray! Do I have any more quests that I have to acknowledge the completion of? Okay, we're all good. All my quests are questing. Let's go get Speak with Dead unlocked. Or rather, let's ready it. I've got a corpse to talk to. Oh, hey! Who the heck are you? Okay, so time did pass a little bit while I was engaging with the raid. Oh, hey, the big seagull is here. Hey, man. Among the docks, you see a bustling of human and dwarves, cargo moving about, among the hard, salty waves hitting the pier. The grand old port of Water Lane. You see only a glimpse of the dockyard from here. It is interesting dialogue. Yes, not a problem whatsoever. Thank you again so much for the raid. Have a great rest of your evening or whatever it is that you're going to be up to. Have a good snack. Have a good rest. But I understand not wanting to be spoiled. And thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Hope to see you again at one of our other streams. I will also, if I can, I'll try and go check out your streams as well, just so I can see. I'm interested to see how other people are making choices in this game. So yeah. This is where the business happens. Though it is on the quiet side. Looking across the span, you see most ships are docked on the West Walk, or Water Lane West, whatever they call it these days. On the edge behind the Free Strider HQ, a number of workers are hanging about, drinking and talking. One of them, a long-haired dwarf with droopy eyes, throws you a cool head nod. You look like a cleric. Yeah, that's me. By now. I've never met you before, man. It is pretty obvious. Alright. I mean, who else would dress like this? The goblin gestures towards you and your outfit. I love my outfit. I'm dashing. True, I guess. What's up? Nothing much. Work is over for some, starting for others. It's like a tidal wave hitting the shore, you know. Like a never-ending search for capital. What's your story? Maybe I should ask him who he's voting for so I can get 1d4 hit points back. Yeah, tell me. Oh, lordy. Oh, I got a story. I'm not that interesting. I just did like what most exiles did. After the VK got all stale and no one could find a job, we moved downriver. Earth was really cool back in the day with all that stuff. My dad took me and my sister all the way down. He worked in the GSP, you know? I never got into construction myself, but since I finished school, I've been here on the dock. Not here, I've only worked in Water Lane for a year or two. But I've been all over the city, the GSP outlet, Ice White Bay, North Housing, had a gig with the factory North Wall before the Bone Purge. But they shut that down once they took down the zombies. So yeah, not a huge fan of the Freeze Riders, but the AR pals, well, nice folks too. Beyond that, I'm looking for a wife at the moment. Had my eyes on this gal who lived in the hills last year, but she liked my friend Jag more. I don't blame her. He's got a real nice mustache. So it's getting hard saving up for a house these days, so I'm not sure if I'll ever afford the whole family life, you know? Maybe I should go to Skull List. Oh, you're done? What a lovely story. A regular dwarven tale. Typical below-average worker. This is not a hustler. Thanks for asking. Clerics don't usually act all nice and friendly, you know? He goes in for a fist bump. You have been chosen. Do it. Bump the fist. Fist his bump. Hells yeah. You hear Snell audibly yawn behind you. Okay, bye. I'm gonna go use my mage hand to touch things. Wait, can the mage hand fist bump? Does it count? Hey, Vera, I have advantage to talking to you now because I found my inner girl. Yeah. Amaze. All right, what was I gonna do now? Fuck. I got so distracted by... I have to go ready my spells so I can go talk to a corpse. I got it. We're gonna go talk to a corpse. Most efficient route to either praying or corpsing. Think this way? This'll do. We get to see Duck again. Okay. Engage. Prepare spells. All right. We gotta get the big one first. That too. That. Two more to go. That and that. Boop. Boop-a-la-doop-da-doo. Okay, so I was hoping to be able to access my character sheet while I was in here to change or to rearrange my feats. Maybe that's a day thing? I can't remember. I do remember I was able to access it at one point. Regardless, speak with Dad. Oh good, he's shielded from the rain. I wonder if that mirth person is here yet. Nope. Okay. Okay, there we go. The spell's pinging. Okay, here, click, engage. Spell is pinging. Here we go. With little fanfare, nor any magical sparks, you see a slight twitch on the scorched body. As long as the mouth remains somewhat intact, the spell will allow it to speak. There is nothing wrong about this. Sorry, there is something wrong about this. It is sacrilegious, but perhaps the animated spirit will give you something useful in retribution. As if they weren't turned to coal-like substance, the lips begin to move. Like sludge. A faint wheezing comes out of its throat. Horrific. What are the rules of this again? 5 questions. The spirit of the deceased is under no obligation to answer truthfully. Considering that you're just a random cleric, the answer should be fair. The soul itself cannot learn new information. You are not speaking to the actual person, but rather speaking with a mirror of its mind at the point of death. Souls can only be animated by Speak with Dead once per week. This is your only opportunity. Be direct and stern in your questions, and stoic. Does the tense matter? It does not matter. The elf will not be aware of your perspective, and as such will interpret your question as what was your name as what is your name. Okay, let's do this. Remember, cleric, 5 questions. That's all you get. Make them count. Be polite. After you can get her some tea or something. She obviously liked tea. Charisma, no. Okay. Who are you voting for in the election? I could get 1d4 health points back. What was your name? I think that's the big one. Who is this person? We know they're an elf, but we don't know for sure the actual identity. What is your name? Kinja Athena. Okay. Yeah, sounds elven. Your heart starts pumping harder. Didn't you? Yes, you spoke with this. Wait, what? Because there was an elf who I talked to near the beginning of the game who told me to find a paladin and said, fuck him. Said, fuck the paladin. But that would have been after the tea shop exploded. What? You a cleric? Snell, I know this elf. Good one, like you would mingle with elves. Nervously adjust your helmet. His eyes go back and forth between you and the corpse. You're serious? Yeah, I met an elf with that name. Huh? What exactly? On a ledge. Yeah, okay, I'm not crazy. Okay. Yeah, you were there. Sorry to say, I don't remember seeing any elf up there. I only know Nessun. But last time I checked, she was very much alive. This is truly an esoteric event. I'd normally just say you're misremembering, but weirder shit has happened. Okay, I have to be careful, because 2 of these are these going to be treated as questions? Yeah, like a cleric rising to the river, that's me. I was going to suggest the Muletown incident, but sure. 4 questions remaining. Oh, damn, like just the drop from the 1, though. Because, yeah, she wanted me to, I'll go find the journal. I was told to go find a paladin. Why were you in the tea shop when it exploded? A meeting. A planned meeting with my friend. The lovely hag. Oh. Okay. Snell gives you a look. So we gotta find a hag now. This is getting messy. Hags are messy business. That's 2. 3 more questions. I know where they died. The question, my concern was the where did you die? We're gonna find out that they died somewhere else and the body was moved, but I don't wanna. Oh, God. Don't mess with hags. Yeah, there you go. How did you die? I feel like who killed you and how did you die are very similar questions, but we're gonna go with, you know what, we're gonna go with who killed you. I did. The goblin leans in, his eyebrows raised. Fascism chose the path. I chose the end. Oh no, don't speak in poo-poo words. I need concrete names of people I can arrest. I was killed by capitalism. Fucking hell. That is some crimes. Fascism. Ideologically born during the Coast War, formed out of Alexandra's dream of a long-lasting empire born out of the fallen theocracy of reeds. Someone your patriarch quotes a lot. His ideas modernized theocracies and reeds, reviving them towards the end of the Arcane era. He scowls. Huh. Fascism forced her to blow up a tea shop? Right. Yeah, I mean, maybe. It's pretty broad. The Ilum could be considered fascists. Oh, now we're getting Dexterity's take on fascism. An emotional and illogical nationalist extremist, basically a cultist. A follower of fascism. The ideological nationalism born during the fall of magocracies of Old Diminorm. The term originates from Gnomish fascio, which means something akin to a collection of warriors. Well, it's good to know everyone's opinion on the matter. Or as could every effective government. That is reductive. A fascist state would be described as such when its core does not uphold values of personal rights. 3 asked, 2 more. Oh, God. What was your favorite color? No. Oh, God, there's 2 more to go. Who actually came to the meeting? We need more witnesses. Not the one I expected. Don't speak so vaguely! You see mouth, and it was... The ruined body convulses, soot and charred flesh cracking, increasing. As if it is attempting to rise, to get away. The state. What? Huh? One of her hands, burnt and stale, attempts to unfurl its fingers. Oh, because it was holding that locket. It breaks as it does, black dust falling to the table. But it is clear she is attempting to point. It was you. 1 question left, make it count. God. I feel like how do you die has already been answered. You know what I mean? She died from 11 fireballs to the face. God, this is hard. There's more than 5 and I only get 5 of them. Where did you live? You know what? This could be helpful. Where did you live? Because if we could go maybe find her home, that could give us clues. In many places. Fucking hell. The embassy often. Seldom in Darrow's mansion. Darrow. The corpse's mouth stiffens once more, and the mimicking of life ends. That is 5. All right, cool. What did we learn? It's an elf. That's true. It's an elf. An elf that you've met at some point, apparently. But whoever showed up wasn't her friend. Instead, he gives you a solid stare. She said it was you. I wasn't at the tea shop during this, but she could mean another cleric, or she was talking about a paladin. She wanted me to find a paladin when I talked to her on the ledge. Oh. She means, because she said the state. She was talking about the state. I'm currently dressed as the state. I wasn't at the tea shop. Yeah. But did you know this elf or what? I saw her after the explosion. Well, that's not possible. What, she got a twin? Yeah, weren't you there? I'm not sure, cleric. You got up to a lot of weird shit. My head is a mess. Yeah, no. Don't worry about it. Huh? We sent for you. If there was some deep state conspiracy and you somehow blew up the tea shop, why would they send you to investigate it? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't. So don't worry, I don't suspect you of anything. Yay! My guess is it's another agent of the state responsible. Yeah, she saw a cleric, not me, cleric. What? The elf points at you, or tries to, and says you're the one she saw at the tea shop? Yeah, no, she means a cleric, or an earth guard, or something like that. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, it's not memory-changing spells. It's not like memory-changing spells don't exist, but it's too much. Gotta follow the simplest answer, and that's you not being a secret bad guy. So now, we look for more clues. Frank, son of Frank, the witness. We gotta find that fucker. Let's follow the leads. Some interesting stuff to think about. The goblin nods, then gives you a thumbs up. Nice job on the spell, cleric. Yeah, it only took me like 3 tries to learn it off of the necromancer. So is that considered a quest complete now? Do I get another thinky moment? Yeah, here's the thingy. Okay, now. So, journal here. Can we... Yeah, the Dragon of Tolstad. That one's completed. Yeah, the Freelance Hag. Look, we have to find the hag. The other one is Frank, son of Frank. Star Witness. The Coin Lords meet. Yeah, that one's completed. Okay. Yeah, so talk to a tier more. Okay. Yeah. Here it is. Lord, this is the person the elf told me to find. Gorm of Norvik. A paladin would be considered to be Earthguard, just like a cleric would, because they're both religious representatives, right? Who you voting for? Election. I'm just going to quickly kind of check my other quests here. Lichess Blues. Oh my god. Sorry, the quest get a date. Lol. River Takey, which is... Yep. That quest is done. That quest is still ongoing. That one I can't do because I keep hurting myself. We did that one. We did that one. We did that one. Okay. Okay. So. The big thing is now, I think at this point, is that we got to go down. Down, down, down. Gotta find the secret door. But on the positive side, now that I have Mage Hand, I can touch the gelatinous cube without hurting myself. Progress. Wait. Back down we go. I forget that this place has the clearest path to the down. Down. Rat. Where'd Rat go? I want the rat. No, it's fine. That was some interesting progress. Because I did notice that elf wasn't there the following day. Oh, wait, this is the way I wanted to go. Way. I guess we can go through? Yeah, we can go through this way. No. There's the cube. Run Fakla. Gives you a 10-foot light. The mage hand quickly grabs the torch and flies it through the gel towards you. The speed of it is clearly faster than the cube can react. Nice. It lands in your hand. You feel the rough and gel-covered surface stick to your glove. With the torch in your hand, you feel the esoteric tingle. Well, let's turn that off. The click reverberates throughout the cube. Then it shudders. Oh gods, it's getting mad. You see the gelatinous cube shake more violently for every passing second. Oh no. It is searching for heat. Within the cube, you see what could only be described as cracks. It appears to be falling asunder. Flipping and jerking, the many pieces of the cube are flung across the chamber. Ah, this explains it. This is not a cube. Smaller pieces smashed against the walls of the chamber, causing a terrible tremor. But until ultimately, each and every piece has escaped into the ventilation slits. It was cubes. You are covered in it. It burns. Get it off, quick. The goblin carefully steps up to you, looking around. Didn't expect that. Seriously, great job. You see the last pieces of goop slip down into the cracks near the walls. What actually happened? Gelatinous cubes are able to unite for a short duration. However, if more than two were to pack together, the combination would become unstable within seconds. What happened here was obvious. A multitude of cubes all came together to enjoy the endless heat coming from that run torch. The heat, or perhaps due to some cosmological chance, the unity of cubes found an equilibrium, which was then disturbed once you took off the heat source. The cube sure dropped a lot of stuff around the place. Let's see if there's anything interesting. You hear excitement in his voice. I do like stuff and things. He clears his throat, related to the tea shop, that is. The goblin wants some loot! Who could blame him? There are pouches spread throughout the chamber, perhaps magic items left behind by previous victims. Ooh, loot. Excuse me, pardon me. Hi. I would like this. Ooh, another cube. Money. Anything else? Apparently, no. It was just a cube. I found other cube. This cube. So this cube gives me strength, but this cube gives me... What do you do? A common magical item used by dwarves during mining and architectural operations. It's stuck in self-roaming mode since you don't know the passphrase. But hey, light's the way. 10-foot light. I like light. Where does it get equipped? Does it go here? I say that's an accessory. So does that mean it goes here? Oh, look at me. I had a little light. Okay. Maybe this will show me secrets. So yeah, this led to the wizard chamber. A rat, get it. Hi, you're mine now. Give me that. All the rats. I collect them all. We now have 1, 2, 3. I should have a 4th. Where's my white rat? I have a pink rat. Where's my pink rat? Where's my pink? There it is. Oh, I can examine the voting card, but I don't want to. A red rat. It's clearly scared and lashes out towards your fingers, but it remains calm as long as you keep a firm grip. All the rats are my rats. I think 7 at once was her record for rats. I mean, going by my theory, I think there's one for each of the colors. So this is a strength rat. I don't know what white would be. Oh, it's charisma. It's a charisma rat. This is a constitution rat. This is my wisdom rat. So I need to find a dexterity rat and a intelligence rat. Wait, let me just check. Okay. Just checking. Is Kraid still here? Kraid's still here. But I want it. More cube. This feels like there's progress here. Okay, but well, we're gonna go this way now. Ooh. Oh, wait. Wait. Hello, you're new. Can I talk to it? Skeleton lies crumpled against the wall. Human, male. Dead for months, maybe longer. His armor has been stripped away. Only scraps of leather cloth remain. Someone looted the corpse. Or something. Sad sight. These tunnels eat people. So what killed him? Hard to say. No signs of combat. He probably got lost. Ran out of supplies. The city below claims many that way. But I'm not done. Yeah, this could be a speak with dead, but do I have anything to restore 3rd level slots? I mean, I could have a nap and hope a spell slot gets restored that way. Who wants a nap in the caverns? Got any stuff on you? Piece of paper. Piece of paper. What's on the piece of paper? Here we go. You look at the wrinkled piece of paper. Its content is half legible through grime and stains. An adventuring log. However, there's something about the ranting text that could prove useful. Ooh. I can do that. Not with that rule. But the meaning escapes you. The dialect is old, formal. You need magic to translate it properly. I know, we'll just reroll. That was a bad roll, do-over. Boop. There we go. Now my brain is braining. The translation forms in your mind from what you remember of your days in the tower courses. Our master will soon return. His descendants lay in wait. The great trove of Isuth sits within the walls of the lost seat, under the feet of the traitors. I have found and spoken with the spirit of his firstborn son. His bones are caught in these arcane halls, kept stable by the presence of a filthy goblin chiefess. As long as she holds that ground, his divine remnants will not move. But I have sealed the entrance. It will only open for a true follower. Hail Isuth, may fire sweep the coast. A dragon cultist wrote this. Isuth, the ancient red dragon. Long dead. His followers believe he'll return. They always do. The Trove of Isuth, a legendary hoard. Those adventurers were hunting for it. And they failed, obviously. The sealed entrance that only opens for a true follower. This paper might be the key. Or at least part of it. Yeah, Hail Isuth, may the fire sweep the coast. You say the words aloud. Nothing happens. But you've memorized them now. Just in case. Oh, wait, what about that pocket? Okay. I'm going to come back to you because maybe I can speak with dead you. But this esoteric pocket. Is this what is holding back? No, they're still saying no touchy. Okay. Okay. Do I want to do a short rest? And try and maybe get a third level spell slot back so I can talk to this thing? Yeah, I do. Short rest. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes! Yeah. Yeah. And my feet's already paying off. Hello? You're here to... No! But I want... Yeah, there it is. Yeah, still dead. We're talking to it. You begin the ritual. The words flow. The magic takes hold. The skull's jaw begins to move. Clicking. Scrapping. The dead man is ready to answer. 5 questions. That's all you get. This is creepy. What's your name? The jaw clicks open. Johnny Longcock. You made that up. How obscene. Surprisingly common among adventurers. 4 questions remaining. How did you die? Lost, thirst, darkness. As you suspected. He died slowly, alone in the dark. 3 more questions.
What you looking for?
The trove of which we figured. Dragon's gold, power. The legendary hoard. He was a treasure hunter. A failed one. 2 questions left. Where is the entrance? Past the roots. It was inside those filthy goblins' stolen dwarven fortress. Now that's just uncalled for. Gives you a serious glance. We do not store some dragon trove in the garden, nor the roots, cleric. I can promise you that. 1 final question. Who took your stuff? Goblins. Scavengers. After death. Didn't feel it. At least he was already dead. The jaw stiffens. The magic fades. The dead man returns to silence. 20 experience! That's all you'll get from him. Well, that was informative. And deeply unsettling. Trove of Besuits. You're not seriously thinking about going after it. Look how it worked out for this guy. But I'm more prepared. Famous last words. Bye, corpse. I think I only found the corpse because I had this torch out.
It let me see stuff.
So yeah, I think the hallway caved in and killed him. That sucks. Poor guy. Ooh, yep. Thank you, thank you. That's mine. Now we have reasons to investigate all the corners again. I found a book. At the end of the hallway in the alcove like any others, you see a book. It sits on a thin ledge. It does not have anything on the cover. No one would leave a book like this, not without being stolen very quickly. That's true. Anyone with half a brain would take a weird old book like this and sell it to some collector given the chance. This is creepy. Agreed. Don't write your name or anything in there or anything. Haha, Death Note reference. Yeah, explains how he got stuck, yeah. Heard about a guy that found a book once, up in Muletown. On the cover it said, famous people, and inside was just a list of, well, famous people. Historical figures, or whatever. The guy thought it'd be funny to scribble his own name among them. And poof! He turned into feathers, like a big collection of pure black feathers. Started floating away in the wind down the river. It was all anyone could talk about for weeks. You're not making this any less creepy, Snow. I know. The goblin frowns, looking up at the ceiling. I never seem to remember that guy's name, though. Ominous. An esoteric curse, clearly. Anyway, what were you doing? Open the book. You flip open a page. Any page. You flip through multiple. They're all empty. You know what you're doing, cleric? No? Keep flipping until you see text on a page. It says in a clean, steady handwriting, "What tome do you desire?" Huh. Yeah, this is cursed. Clearly, this is esoteric. You take out a quill. You remember a number of ancient tomes, books, letters, and various pieces of literature you could ask for. You scramble to remember the names of various books, letters, and various pieces of literature you've seen through your education. Okay, because there was various thingies. Right now there's only one option, so I'm gonna not do it. The book stares at you. As much as any book can. That's my book now. As you pick up the tome, you get an overwhelming tingling sensation running down your arm. Impending doom. Holy shit, no, don't! Drop it! You, okay, cleric? You're shaking. Put the book back. You do so, quickly placing the book back on the ledge. Okay, so book don't want to go. That's fine. The book can stay. But we're going to read more stories and then we'll come back to the book. Anything in this corner? We gotta look through all the nooks and crannies now that I have lights. Okay, so we've been that way. Okay, that's happening while I'm running around, so that's fine. Maybe there'll be stuff and or things here. Now that I have this sweet light. No. no changes. That's okay. So we found a weird book. We're still no closer to Frank's son of Frank, unfortunately. But we can attempt this thingy. Also, we're going to cast Bless because Bless. This was the kitty puzzle. Yep. Same text appears on the walls. But I have language here. Let me cast the language. Enter and pair, blah, 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 he mutters. You actually doing this? Yeah. Yeah, okay. On 3, 2, 1. Let's go. The two of you step forward in hesitant unison. Stern, heart beating fast. 1 second. There we go. Oh, we got some combat music happening. The text is changing. Stop. You both stop halfway, looking at the magical lettering on the wall. Why can't I? Al son divino, le puerto se abría. Oh, gods, your companion mutters. Something divine? Something port? Open a gate? You're too far away to make use of comprehend languages. The goblin is your only shot. You can read it, right? Not like I took formal lessons. I've just picked up a few words here and there. He's sweating. A feeling of dread is growing in his heart. A clicking sound starts to echo out in the hallway. Tick, 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 tick. Gods be damned. Okay, hold on. I got this. Tick. Al son divino. That's a divine song? Tick. Puerta is door. Tick. Listen to the divine song and the door will open. Your doom is near. Okay, cool. What the fuck is it? If I panic, he panics. We gotta be calm together. Yeah, very cool. Glances around the hallway erratically. The ticking is a kind of song. A rhythm, at least? He's shaking. Tick, tick. A nervous tick. Tick, tick. You're clearly supposed to move forward with the rhythm in the song, but without knowing it innately, it would be incredibly difficult to follow it. Okay. Funnily enough, strength is the best check here. Because I only need to make a 9. And Meek supports me. Meek is always supporting me. Look at him. He's just like, he is everywhere. Okay, I'm going to go with strength only because it's the lowest check. Does it help when I fucking roll that like that? Your thoughts scramble as you attempt to recite those words. Etched into your muscle memory. Yet now, when you need the most, I don't have to. Cleric! Tick. Okay, we're unlocking that. Doing it again. 2 doesn't count. There we go. Yeah. Your thoughts focus on divinity, the unreachable goal, one you will never attain, since you'll die here. By fire, in this ancient trap. My people, my sons. Cleric, are you praying? His tone of voice makes it sound like he's thinking, great, so this is how I die. Tick. Yet you who trusted in me, I am your keeper as you are mine. In times of fear, we... Tick. You realize as the ticking enters your body, it is the same rhythm as the prayer. What? How? Why? Who knows? Never mind the reason. It is time to act. The ticking is the river chant. It's the river chant. I'm sorry, the ticking is the river chant. You know what? The prayer, I've heard it, but... Oh. Okay, I get it. The goblin has no idea why you're saying what you're saying, but he trusts you. Somehow. What are we doing? Come on, let's go. Follow my lead. Tap, tap, tick, tick. The rhythm lives in your soul. It must have been passed down. It lives inside your joints. Power it wields over you is indescribable. You've repeated this prayer, this chant for unity and enlightenment, for reasoning and meaning. And we're going to use it to solve this kitty puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. The goblin keeps up. Each stretch forward, made with trembling, adrenaline-fueled fear. Oh gods, oh gods, oh gods. We can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. He mows as he joins you in those final steps. 3, 4, 5. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, I fell down. He takes a deep breath. We're out. Oh gods, be good. We're out. Pant and groan to keep yourself from crying. Cleric, look, he mutters and points to the wall once more. Another line of shifting magical text appears. Passad libres por mandato celestial. Says we can pass. Is it really? By celestial mandate. Hells yeah, we can. It's like free straight bullshit. Asgali's bullshit. They really... I like how all of them are like, feel like shit, feel awful, feel terrible, feel apolitically. You gotta feel apolitically on the floor. First of all, I didn't write the text, just making that clear. Secondly, I got it wrong. It's pass freely, I think. So I guess we can come and go as we please now. Hey, are you okay? No. Oh, like emergency not okay, or short rest and you'll be fine not okay? Oh, I'll just get him. I'll be honest, he mutters, slumping down in the hallway a bit further down the hallway. That was worse than a mass torsion. A what? Mass torsion, a 4th level transmutation spell, infamous as one of the most horrific forms of magic employed during the Ghost War. It causes torsion in every testicle within a range of 100 feet. It is outlawed by the ways of Hulswith Pig. Excuse me, what? This is a custom spell, right? This isn't part of D&D standard. Mass torsion isn't... That's not... You don't get that in the D&D player's guide, right? Right? They made this one up. Right? Homebrew. I'm going to say this is homebrew shit, right? The convention set up in the first year of every decade to facilitate trade and international cooperation agreements. It is held in the mega castle of Hulswith on the Virginie coast. Great. Why don't you leave everybody's testicles alone? Yeah, we're going to get away from the hallway of doom. As the goblin's glade splits around, dancing from the tile. He is looking for more traps. Finally, Snell seems to find himself more at ease. He lets out an exasperated sigh. I need a goddamn breather. Is it safe to stay here? It's cool. Considering the fire, I don't think any roaming monsters will lurk this way. Sitting down for 10 minutes? Won't be a problem. He's not trying to convince only him. You know what? With a groan, the goblin notices some soot off his jacket. He brushes it off. This isn't exactly my first trap. But we usually hire third parties to disable them. You ever hire any clerics? Nah, not during my time. You guys aren't exactly available for underground chicanery these days. Rooting around in his pouch, Snell finds the tiny green sphere. He smacks it against the ground and it begins to flutter up into the air. Oh, we have extra light for my sight. A sprite spirit. Some type of primal essence? Ooh. The Nesson kind. Sadly, it's my last one. The goblin leans back against the dungeon wall, making sure to check for any trap mechanism beforehand. Look, I work mainly in the upper and lower Tolstad. City below is not my responsibility, usually. So apologies if I don't have these magically shifting tunnels memorized like some veteran adventurer. And I apologize for not manifesting a divine intervention. Yeah, you should work on that. You've heard that the city below changes from time to time. Most people believe it to be a myth. The old guard used to deal with the tunnels all the time, but since Earth's death, work has been entirely relegated to the 3 goblin tribes. Yeah, it's sad that we don't get to delve. Not sure I describe this hellhole as fun, but just for future reference, this place, it's real close to the garden, right? Yep. Wasn't here a couple of months ago. Oh. Between the garden and the water lane sewers, I'm 100% sure there was a slanted hallway full of frozen spikes. We boarded them up as well as we could at the time. Ugh, boarding up. They only lasted a couple hours. Is it moved? Yeah, it moved around. All this shit does. The esoteric madness down here was mostly managed after the conquest. But it still rises at times, in spurts of violence and esoteric randomness. The esoteric nature of the city below is well documented. It mainly has to do with sentience, if you believe the few scholars who have been allowed to investigate it. There are living minds present, the more living minds present, the less chaotic a section will be. We're going with that. So, anyone who's newer here will not know that I am a fan of the world of darkness. Lol, lol, lol. Anyways, so one of the world of darkness deals with, quote unquote, the magical, the mysticals or whatever in the modern day. It's mostly known for Vampire the Masquerade, but they also did cover lines for werewolves, and one of the lines is called Mage. And mages, the kind of power limiting factor on mages was something called paradox, which is basically when you try to exert and cast magic on the world, how much the world pushes back, how much reality pushes back on you. And one of the things that factors into paradox is how many people are witnessing you casting a spell. If you're alone, usually that gives you, less paradox because you don't have someone going, wow, people can't make fireballs out of thin air. That's crazy. So paradox doesn't hit you back as a result of that. Or you need people who are who are open to the idea of magic existing, in which case, again, paradox doesn't hit you at bad. Anyway, so they seem to be going with that kind of theory here, with the idea being that, you don't see esoteric shenanigans happening as much in populated areas because you have enough people kind of enforcing reality or certain rules. Hi, Tube Club. Hey, welcome in. Welcome to Dungeon Lounge. This is what you come to the Dungeon Lounge for. Elizabeth talking about the world of darkness at random moments when it may or may not be appropriate. Sorry. I will be honest, I kind of preferred New Wad's take on Mage a little bit better, but I think that's more just because that's when I started to get into tabletop. I'll be honest, my introduction to the world of darkness was Vampire the Requiem, not Vampire the Masquerade. So unfortunately, a lot of my experiences have been tainted by my, you have the most fondness for the one you play first, right? Right. So. And we certainly aren't going to be talking about Mummy tonight. Maybe we will. I don't know. We'll see how spicy I feel. Anyway. That's my little aside. Let's go back to the plot of Esoteric Ebb. Can you prove it? Sure, you just sit tight and chill for a couple of weeks. I'll come back and visit you. The tunnels are the same. I'll owe you a beer. We can get back to the quest afterwards. I don't drink. The paradox system for that stuff was really, really neat compared to learn some spells and cast them once. Yeah. Oh, no. I'm gonna be upset about getting to talk more about World of Darkness. Tee-hee. No, don't worry about it. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, but hey, hi, welcome in. I don't drink, Snell. Oh shit, I keep forgetting you're like an actual cleric. No alcohol at all, eh? Remember the words, intoxicants of the work of evil and chaos. As clerics, we must... I don't like the taste. Oh, so you've tried it at least. You were 14 years old. They had lax security at the dance clubs in those days. I went to dance clubs. A shameful past. I'm not a square, Snell. Oh, no, of course. You're practically a circle. Did he call me fat? I'm not fat, I'm just wearing a mimic. Sorry. I don't know why that's so funny. I'm not fat, I'm wearing a mimic. Okay, let's continue. But trust me, the city below is very esoteric. Snell is more than correct. The grand power present in these ancient walls has compounded over eras. All while the mystery of the pillars, these relics of the Gate War of yore, is left as holes in our collective understanding. We do not know why the city below is so esoteric. We cannot know, not in any sensible manner. But if you listen, if you feel the vastness by just sitting here, deep inside the belly of the whale, then you know all too well the mind-consuming truth. The city below is alive. Okay. It's also really fucked up, which explains why your beloved city would give up the property rights to a bunch of goblins, huh? He laughs. A sad laugh. And these last couple of years, there's been more and more Reedsian scholars going delving to study it. The old lady doesn't let them in or on her turf, of course. Chasing them away is one of many, many jobs. Politely, of course. Not some syndicate gangster. He instinctively throws out that gangster comment. Bit of a sensitive topic. But the other tribes are more accepting. For a ton of coin, of course. So yeah, what can you tell me about her? What's there to say? She did the impossible, actually uniting rowdy halfway tribes. For her, we were close to being kicked out of the city. Really? Damn right. That was before my time, of course, but we had problems with our old council structure. He leans in and whispers to you, the council didn't get along. Yeah. So, how long have you been working for? Huh. The goblin mutters to himself and looks off in the distance. Damn. Guess it's been almost 10 years. Damn, I've only been a cleric for... As you pause, he raises his eyebrows. His expression says, do go on. Oh, because this will age me. I've been a cleric for 5 years now. He chuckles and stretches a bit. Time takes us all. Excuse me. Does she have a consort? Why? You interested? He laughs. Defensive laugh. Are you? He stops laughing. No! He looks worried. Cleric, I'm devoted in my service. Lady Sageleaf is one of the greatest goblins who's ever lived. She has no need for consorts. Oh, you've deified her. Neither do you. He is idolizing her. Yeah. It's different. It's love, but it's different. It's not romantic. This is the person who's given my people, I don't want to say a society, but she harmonized the tribe. She got them kind of working together. So like, it's kind of that thing. Anyways, I do, cleric. It's good. Anyway, what about you, cleric? Huh? What do you think about the old lady? Let's see, to be honest or to be flattering? He definitely loves a good ass kicking. Just look at him. The chieftain is a pain, but she does serve her people well. That is admirable. I don't like her. Frown invisibly. Okay, let's take stock. When I met Lady Sageleaf, she glared at me. I failed my constitution check, and then I ran away and hid in a bucket for an hour. Now, my opinion of her has improved since then. I have stopped running and hiding in buckets. Since then. So she is less scary to me. I'm going to pick number 2, if only because I know that Snell appreciates honesty more than he appreciates... Like, he's fine with people knowing that she's hard to deal with. Pain in the buttocks. He lets out a hearty laugh. She can have that effect on people. For some strange reason, tall folk don't tend to enjoy being talked down to by goblins, nor women. Especially goblin women. Yes, that. Look, it doesn't really matter, but as an elder in the tribe, I can tell you, as a representative of the city, Lady Sageleaf is a force of good in Norvik. I can promise you that. The non-human folk of Norvik are in many ways oppressed by the state and dominant culture, but the goblins have always been most affected. Ever since the horrible genocide. Wait, what? You don't just drop the word genocide. Hello? Okay, anyways. It was a war, a reconquest of fallen land. A war against a divine god is not a war. It is a one-sided extermination. The goblins did not have to fight. They could have surrendered, like the 3 tribes did. The 3 tribes who were stripped of their culture, their land, and their languages. Oh. I have picked up what they are putting down. They were given a new home. They were forced. It was them or us. It was them or us. That is what you tell yourself at night. By experience. The goblin rubs his eyes. Nice job with the trap. Don't mention it. My cat speech isn't the greatest, so I'm not sure what I expected. But we're alive. That's all that counts. He's a bit shaken up over it. As are you. You okay, by the way? No serious burns? No need to visit a healer or anything? I'm very good at abjuration magic, it's fine. Abjuration? He scratches his chin. What is that's the Protect Tomato one, right? Protect Tomato. Ah, yes, the old tomato reference guide. They use it in schools to teach the differences between esoteric categories. You are hungry. Thank you, Tommy. Food was mentioned. I am hungry. Understandable. You have not had a vegetable for a very long time. You know about the tomato cheat sheet? Everyone knows about the tomato cheat sheet. He looks proud. So, but wait. Is all healing magic abjuration? Because that's the one that protects, right? Shield is protection, but healing sounds more of a post-protection thing to me. Well, we're gonna lecture. He watches you clear your throat and held up 8 fingers. The esoteric nature of magic on our coast depends entirely on the original parameters set in place by Yor, while we know little about him due to his death in the Great Gate War. Right, the Gate War. But those parameters are, like most magic on the coast, based on a fundamentally fluid definition. Yor created a ley line network known as the strings, which are unsuitable in certain regions, and especially the further away you get from the coast you get. Thus leads to esoteric events. The goblin expression drops as he realizes what he's gotten himself into. And how is this connected with healing magic? I'm getting to that. Uh-huh. So depending on where you are in the world, magic changes, and with the moldable and volatile nature of the strings, many wizards and clerics and druids have created entirely new ways of handling esoteric powers over the years, especially during the arcane era. But, the 8 schools of magic have stayed the same. Just like the 8 apprentices of Yor, each focuses on a hard-set theme. For examples, abjuration is protection, negation, and cleansing. Necromancy is soul manipulation, undeath, and life. Evocation is energy manipulation, whether kinetic or spiritual. And finally, transmutation is the changing of any state, as long as it is physical. He stares at you. Each of these 4 schools have been known to feature healing magic, even the same ones with the same components and rituals. Oh, so it's not that hard set then. The schools are set, but the spells are modifiable, just like you can create new spells. Arguably, a Cure Wounds cast by an evoker will technically be an entirely different spell than when cast by a necromancer, but in practice, they are the same. That's actually quite interesting. What the hell? Thus, my Cure Wounds functions by essentially warding off all negative energy, negating it, allowing the positive energy remaining to focus upon the wound, which obviously the best way to heal, since pure positive energy cannot be easily complicated by dark forces, rot, or even pain. Necromancy, in comparison, is not nearly as nice to be healed by. Oh, what about transmutation and evocation? Evocation isn't so bad, it's just another less efficient way of channeling positive energy. Transmutation, though, that's just like mangling the body back together. Painful as all hell, and a horror to witness. Oh. Oh gods. Like the flesh just gets back together, and bones just unsnap. It's awful, very efficient, but extremely painful. Yeah. Nice. That's very interesting, cleric. Thanks for explaining him. I give him a thumbs up. The goblin gives you a thumbs up. What are we doing again? Our missing witness. I think he went down here. We're lucky Moongor saw him, even if she did let him pass with that magic. So he could have left to the southern caverns, but those are some deep holes. My guess is he entered this area, right here, probably through the sewers. He clears his throat. Or you find that missing paladin I've been reading about, Lord Golem. You think he went down here? Honestly, I'd say so. Paladin looking to relive the glory days? I could see that. Dungeoneering for dangerous monsters, getting loot, dying in some inglorious trap. He gestures toward the fire hallway. Glorious? That's a big word. You think Mr. Gorm would survive that on his own? There were some scandalous comments about him in the papers last week. Yeah, about him being outed from the party, right? Look, I think they just couldn't have a missing paladin on the ticket, you know? Don't read too much into it. You think he's alive? No way. Doesn't matter how big of a paladin he is. You go solo into the city below, and then you go missing for months. Guy's gone, no doubt. Maybe we'll find his body. That might be for the best. Or we'll find a very fancy paladin zombie. But what do I know? You're the cleric. I just noticed something. So you can see the shadow of my clericness behind me. And my shadow has holes where my eyes go because of my helmet. Does that mean I don't have a head? Am I headless? Is that the reason why I don't want to take off my helmet? Am I a headless? Oh, or am I Gorm? Am I the paladin who's gone missing? Am I me? Oh. Okay, anyway. All right. Well, you're not. You know what? Let's give him a compliment. He glares at you. What do you want? A fucking sloppy toppy? Ew, no. Thanks. I know. I'm good at my job. He's offering a sloppy? No. No. He is being defensive because you went too heartfelt. So what is your job? I'm a runner or handler of the HWBT. Come on. He crosses his arms. I do a ton of stuff, okay? Yeah, I run errands for the old lady, anything she needs. I also make sure our operations run smoothly. Everything from the apartment rentals to the CVS, the city below security. Anything the old lady needs, I do. So you're a custodian. No, you see his face contort into a painful expression. Gods be damned. Custodian might not be that far off. My job mostly consists of talking to people, cleric, like we're doing right now. A lot of talking and a lot of running around. He takes a deep breath. Exactly what we're doing right now, just without the light dungeoneering. Okay. You know, good to see this. See what? Positive interaction imminent. Comment on the niceness of this unity. One is terrible. Yeah, we're working together. Your companion allows the echo of your words to die further down the hallway. Then, a faint smile on his face. A conflicted smile. You ever meet him? Him. Who? Earth. The goblin, asking about your god. You must be growing interested in religion, having witnessed your example. Oh, how interesting to see him broach such a topic. You will surely focus on the genocide. Just casually asking if you met a god. I'm not that old. Snell nods. First generation post-Earth, eh? The first human tested by faith and faith alone. Yeah, maybe never meet your heroes. I imagine the hedonist chanting Tokig's name wouldn't be too cheerful if he returned either. Hedonist? An anarchist movement spawned towards the end of the Coast War. They dealt with abyssal forces and somehow published The Hedonists, an instructional booklet that made its way across the coast. Nor every other zealot raging out across the coast for dead gods, the goblin spits out and leans back against the wall. I always hated Earth. Uh-oh. The music is cut out. Excuse-moi? Thank you, Grim. Ugh. I will stretch. We're about to have conflict. It might be time to cast Bless again. He scratches his nose. I grew up being told to be grateful. But let me ask you this, cleric. If you were the last of your kind, one of maybe 8,000 or 9,000 humans left in the world, and you were then told to be grateful to be alive, just because the same monster that destroyed your entire culture also decided to let you live, for some reason. Ray! Hello! Welcome on in. Thank you so much for the raid, and welcome to the Dungeon Lounge. We're about to talk about a genocide. Aren't you happy to hear about a genocide in the year of our Lord 2026? How are you doing? You love them? Great. We're about to talk about one. It appears in this setting, the goblins are emulating the history of the First Nations. No. Wait, no. Not the Tau. Come on. Come on. Not the Tau. The Tau aren't that cool. They have some cool stuff. I like the mechs, don't get me wrong. But I don't know about this greater good business. Did you have fun with Elden Ring? Did you get the boss that you were stuck on last time? Are you dead? Did you die to the boss? I don't know how to interpret your emote. We did not kill him yet? You'll get him next time. Fair enough. It is the final boss. He's supposed to be hard. I remember Flora struggled with him too, so don't worry about it. You got it. You'll get it. You'll do it. And then you can have a party and you can invite all the cool people.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to return to our genocide discussion. Oh, I'm tabbed in the wrong window. That'll help. Would you be grateful? He speaks of the goblin genocide. Oh, good. Okay, we'll come to the choices in a moment. The goblin genocide, the destruction of the goblin clans by Vascani by Earth around 50 years ago. 3 clans were then integrated into Norvik, with their new generation being put through human schooling. Oh god, even the residential schools are being brought up? Oh, fuck me. Fuck my life. Okay. So, goblin genocide was Earth's greatest mistake. There aren't many... Not all goblins. Come on, Snell, not all goblins. Or... Yeah, it was... Yeah, if I'm picking up correctly where they are putting their allusions to, yeah, it was bad shit. He lets out a mocking laugh. It's good to know our current predicament was due to a mistake. Thanks for clearing that up. Ow. The goblin stares at you. He's expecting nothing good to come out of your mouth. Should you be grateful? It's a hard question. A man should not simply lie down and take whatever subjugation arrives at the hand of a tyrant. But sometimes a man also has to make difficult decisions to protect those he loves. You can be grateful. If you were allowed to live, it was probably because you did something that the dead ones didn't. If your people fell, then they did not have the power to live. It is as simple as that. But that should not lead to gratefulness. It should lead to apprehension. Oh. Damn. What do I pick? Honestly, I think I'm going to go with 5, mostly because it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I don't want to try and get too into the reads or whatever you want to call it, but you can't exactly go up, like a white person can't exactly go up to a black person and say, I totally understand all that slavery that happened to you, and I really feel for you, and I feel and I empathize with you, because it's like, bitch, please. So I think 5 is very much a case of, I haven't gone what you've gone through, and I'm not going to fucking try to say that I understand it, you know? A collective soul of sorts. Snell clicks his tongue and gets up. Every goblin asks themselves that question. To be a cran or not to be a cran. Can you clarify what a cran is? Cran, the goblin who signed the Goblin Treaty. He served Earth for many years as a warrior of Novik. Ah, the traitor. I'm guessing this is a case of like, yeah, he was able to save a lot of lives, but he bent the knee. We all got different answers. What to do when the past is erased. He groans and shakes his legs a bit. They must have fallen asleep from sitting on the dungeon floor. Some focus on building something, culturally or politically. Some try to get rich in this new free strider world. Some of us, His voice trails off as he stares back into the hallway, fiery hallway. You hate him. The goblin nods. A little bit of hate. Yeah. But afterwards, I only want to do one thing, cleric. I serve Lady Sageleaf. Snell turns back to you, his expression calm, collected. That's enough for me. The goblin is one of the good ones. True. Orderly, strictly trained, conscientious. His queen, his dragon, whipped the halflings into shape over such a short span of time. Oh, my intelligence is racist. Oh.
He's one of the good ones.
He does not need to think so much of his position. His culture was eradicated because of a utilitarian choice, but an oppressive numinist. Yes, that was then. Now is now. As long as he keeps this up, he will, along with his peers, have created a new type of goblin 1,000 times more useful. Once you take power, these goblins will be fine servants. My intelligence is very terrible. Your heart is beating fast. You can hear it. Every word out of Snell's mouth is tinged with generations of pain. His father, his father's father, who was slain by the god you uphold as one of the highest good. How does that work? The answer is it doesn't. Earth destroyed folk. He personally performed multiple folkmord on this band. That is not something you, or any human of his creed, will ever be able to ignore. Not without bleeding your souls dry in the process. What is that new word? Folkmord, a dwarven term meaning genocide. It was originally coined by Asgal himself, who used it to support the idea of folk rights. Okay, and we got folk rights covered earlier. Snell shows great restraint every day, and you test him each moment.
Okay.
Your companion looks at you for a while. His yellow eyes seem to behold you, seeking another answer. This one's on me.
What?
This, short rest. It's on me.
Hey, I got an achievement. Yay! Lovely. I got 8 hit points.
The sprite light fizzles out just in time. I'm good to go now.
Hey.
I had to turn Bless back on. I did too much sitting, and now I'm not tired anymore. Something's off here. Okay. Gotta be careful. Maybe we don't run. Oh, wait! The esoteric pocket. The pocket was here. But it's gone now, because there's Kraid. Oh, it's to prevent you from going... So it provides a backtracking route without you. Gotcha. We're gonna save. We're gonna save. We're gonna save. Because I just did a whole bunch of shit. Yeah. Alright, do I want to get spell slots back? No, I'm not going to worry about that. Something is stashed under these heavy rocks. The rocks were moved recently. Crusader's mantle. Paladin's insignia. Oh. You pick up the insignia. Heavy. Official. The symbol of Norvik shaped into iron. A paladin's insignia. Huh. Well, there's only one paladin left in the city. Oh. Turn it over in your hand, Lord Gorm. The craftsmanship is exquisite. This isn't something you lose accidentally. Not something you abandoned.
No.
Goblin peers at the insignia. Seems official. Seems some leftover from an old delve. This is the Paladin of Earth stuff. Oh shit. The one that's missing?
That one.
He goes quiet, his eyes darting back and forth in the dark tunnel. So... I don't think we will find the Paladin. Me neither. But I suppose this is some type of closure. I will report this to my patriarch once the mission is finished. He lowers his head as if to show some type of respect. Got it. Let's examine it. The symbol gleams even in the dim light. Most strikingly, it appears to be hot and red, clearly highly esoteric, as if containing some magical fire. Oh. Fire, eh? Like the fire that exploded a tea shop? Or maybe accidentally triggered a necklace? Then again, it said he's been missing for months, which means he wouldn't have been at the scene of the tea shop. But then again, the elf, when I talked to her ghost, wanted me to find the paladin and also said nasty things about him. You imagine it sitting on your chest, proudly, as a warm reminder of Earth's heart on your cloak. One day, maybe. And if he is here in this dungeon, then surely Lord Gore must be dead. Yeah, probably. Maybe crushed here by these rocks or something. Lord Gore must be dead. A truly tragic end. The missing paladin is missing no more. Somewhere here, somewhere down here in the dark. You mourn, you shiver. Think such an awful end of such a great man. Horrible. This will be reported once you are done here. As for the insignia, it shall be returned to the palace. Eventually.
Because it is equipment and it's mine now.
May Earth guide him home.
Questing.
Did I get any spell? No, it doesn't seem to be. Inventory. Yep, we've got this thingy. Yeah, advantage against Earth. Oh, interesting. Because, yeah, if you wear it, they're going to see you as a paladin. Yeah, advantage against Earth folk, yeah. Oh, my cube. My blue cube. Sloshy stress cube. All right. I think we have a new thought. Or no, because... Where was it? Not the coin lord. So, a tier is showing up. Yeah, that one. Where's the paladin quest? River Takey? Nope, that's... Ah, here it is. Okay, so it's just considered completed. There is a new thought cabinet out of it. Okay. Damn. So, and then this circles back as a result. Okay, so unfortunately this doesn't get us towards finding where the guy with the person, what's his nuts? Frank, son of Frank. This does not help in that respect.
I'm stuck. I'm help.
There's implications that he may have encountered the Roper. Hey. Can you talk to this body? Oh no, this body is not talkable. There is that corpse in the thingy badoogle. Secrets? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, I have to repair. Okay. Bless. 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 That. Oh, Crusader's Mantle. That's the new spell I got. Okay. For level evocation, divine. Awakening your boldness in you and all until the spell ends, an aura moves with you centered on you when an encounter you. Oh, 1d12 on all ability checks. Wow. That's a nice spell. I don't seem to have any dead bodies that I need to talk to right now, so we'll ready that spell, though I don't have any third level slots available. But if I find a dead body... Wait. There is still the dead body downstairs. I could talk to that dead body. Oh yeah, we'll ready both of them. Nothing's stopping me. I can only use one a day, but I can ready them both. Spark skin. Thank you. How you doing, Skull? Wait, I guess we would die here, so I got my language, right? Correct. Hey, Snell. Can you talk to the Skull for me if I cast a spell for it? You can't use magic for that? Nope. Well, if you think it's helpful, go ahead. I don't have any third levels. God damn it. Maybe later. All right. I can talk to the Skull. Oh. Do I have anything to restore third level slots? I do. I have 4 of them. We're talking to cat skulls. I have Speak with Dead. I'm casting it on fucking everything that I can. Hello? And it's open. You finish casting the spell, and the skull begins to make a clacking sound. The jaw opening and closing with a jitter. It is ready. Okay, so you tell me what you want me to ask. You hear him whisper to himself, "You can do this." In the election. Ask his name. We'll start with the simple stuff. Tu nombre? Mi nombre es Vengalor Rojo. Yantos de ser arso y era Liethon Baluba. His name is the Avenging Red, and also Lietzi Balba? Very strange. This is a weird guy. 4 questions remaining. What was his job? I know, who killed him? ¿Dónde está la muerto? Elo están en todas partes, nuestros hijos, nuestros seguidores. Debemos luchar para vengarlos en nombre del Ojo Rojo. I don't know why I'm reading this, because I can't, this is basically like cat Spanish, as far as I can tell. Oh gods, that's a lot. He says his people need to be avenged for the red eye? How cryptic. That's 2. 3 more questions. What's his job? Okay. Te gusta trabiar? The skull almost shrieks. Mi dofio a la mi Dios y mi deber e mio único interés, los gustos terrenales son pasajeros. He likes his job. It's a great devotion to his God. Earthly enjoyments are fleeting. 3 more. Sorry, 3 asked, 2 more. What's it like being dead? Right. So, okay. He clears his throat. ¿Qué hora es? The skull speaks. Mi tiempo fue entregado por el Ojo Rojo. He says his time is given to the red eye. Whatever that means. 1 question left. Make it count. I guess I'll ask about the meaning of life. I don't want to ask who's voting for in the election, and I'm assuming his favorite color is red. He grimaces as he attempts to speak. ¿Qué significa de existencia perpetua? Cada cosa tiene un significado profundo, revelado solos a través de la devoción y el sacrificio. Meaning is sacrifice, devotion. Feels like this guy's a zealot. The corpse's mouth stiffens once more, and the mimicking of life ends. Woo! That's 5. Experience. All right. Cool. We didn't learn much, but it was fun. Sure. All right. Nod your head. Anything over here that I can see with my light? Wait, was that Snell, or is there something over here? No, it was Snell. Things I could touch with my magic hand. Oh, hello? Thank you. No, I wanna pick it up. Pick it up. There we go. Piece of candy. Oh, hello? Loot? Money. More incense for when I need my first level spells back. Alrighty. So there was talk about the roots hiding that Isus treasure. Oh, hello? You approach the wall. This is it. This is the sealed entrance, the one the cultist wrote about. You know the phrase now. Time to test it. Okay. The draconic words echo into the chamber. Aveg usus, ignis litus verat. For a moment, nothing. Then the wall begins to shimmer, and then flash! The stone ripples like water, and vanishes, revealing a dark passage beyond. Okay, you've convinced me. The cultist seal has been broken.
Yeah.
Now, here's the fun bit. I wonder,
My money.
is this what the guy was, maybe what Frank's son of Frank went after? All right. I am going to... I'm going to do a quick save. Quick save.
Stave.
Steph. Okay, resume. Into the hole.
Ooh.
Oh! Big dragon head. Also, a bedroll. I'm stuck. I wanna go up here. Oh, I can't go up here. Oh, this is all very interesting. Also, okay, fine. Behold. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn. Not every day you get to see something like this. Tucked away in the remnants of an overgrown and most likely esoterically shifted apartment, you stand before the skull of a dragon. Not just any dragon. The size of it indicates formidable age. What the fuck? This is an ancient dragon of the Fade era. Ooh. Fade era, the second out of 5 eras, when Dior went silent and the ancient terrors were slowly replaced by those in charge today. This is when the first humans arrived, for example. You can feel it. This is not some regular chamber. This is a place outside the material. Is this? An esoteric pocket, yes. This entire ruined apartment exists in one. A rather stable one, at that. Let's examine the school. Oh god. Oh, thank God. Oh, my bonuses. Thank you, Meek, I love you. The cranial structure is remarkably intact, as is expected of this pocket. There was a nat 1 in there, and I'm so glad I didn't have to deal with it. Highly dense as well. Cross-sectional analysis of the exposed fracture shows minimal trabecular tissue. From what you've read on dragon bones, which is a fascination among certain scholars, these are authentic for one. The sutures are completely fused, full skeletal maturity, and the size appears to point towards a mature age, somewhat between adult and ancient. A red dragon. More importantly, you notice something lodged into the posterior maxilla, something in the sinus cavity. Stick your hand in that nose. Careful. Don't stick your hand in too deep. Who knows what's lurking in there? Your fingers brush against something cold. Metal. Pull it out.
A key!
A key. Covered in moss and rust. Ancient. Esoteric. But what does it open? It tingles in your hand. What'd you find? He cranes his neck to get a better look. A key. A key to what? I don't know yet. Useful. He rolls his eyes. Then you hear it. A sound. Scrapping. Shuffling. Coming from inside the skull. Incoming! Nell already has a sling out, ready for... A goblin shoots out of the eye hole of the dragon. The fuck? Hey! A goblin. His eyes covered by a pair of faintly glowing goggles. Oh, there he is. Hello. Around his head, a helm of sorts. Rusty scrap. I did see a bedroll, so I'm not crazy. What you see of his face reveals deep wrinkles and covered in dust and bone fragments. An old goblin? What are you doing in my place? Snell takes a step forward. Hey, this is halfway territory. Identify yourself. The old goblin drops to the ground with a thud, joints cracking. He's wearing what might once have been clothes. Now it's mostly rags. His eyes are wild, feral. The goblin has been alone for a very, very long time. I'm Domhnall, and you're in my territory. I got here first. His eyes lock onto your hand. The key. My key! He points a gnarled finger at you. You didn't just steal that, did you? No, I found it in the skull. Skull's mine, so you can give that back. Give it back. Give it back now. Give. Literally not happening. Is this truly his key? See the owner. How long have you been down here? He scratches his head, dislodging a small cloud of dust. About a year? Maybe? Snell's eyes go wide. A year? Give or take. Who are you? I'm Domino. This is my apartment. These are my dragon bones. Those asshole cultists already came through once, poking around. And now you? Cultists? Yeah, one of them at least came through here, I don't know, a few weeks back? Or one of those culty robes, culty chanting, bad types. What does the key do? His eyes narrow. Wouldn't you like to know? It's the key to the greatest treasure of Izu's hoard. A hoard? A myth. Now, we should probably get this guy out of here. The old goblin hisses. He's hissing. I can hear that. I don't need help. I need my key. Snell sighs. Look, old timer, you've been stuck in an esoteric pocket for gods know how long. Come with us. The Halfway Bridge tribe can... I'm not going anywhere without that key. His spirit has been here far longer than he believes. We'll send someone down for him, eventually. But for now, let's just not lose more time here. But I want to keep the key. I'm keeping the key. I might need it for science. Then you leave me no choice. The old goblin reaches into his rags and pulls out a scroll. Yellowed, ancient. I've been saving this. He unfurls the scroll with shaking hands. Manus Arcana Dominatus. Those are not the correct words, but it appears to activate nonetheless. The key rips from your grasp. Oh, no, you don't. Gimme. Yeah, not 20! My key, my key, my key. With intense speed, you snap your arms forward. The key is grasped. Damn it! Fine, have the key. You'll never take my bones. And then he leaps into this eye socket of the skull, scrambling into the darkness beyond. Gone. Snell watches the old man fly through the air, letting out an impressed whistle. That's one spry motherfucker. He rubs his shoulder where the spell hit him. It was my key. Should we go? Should we go? Oh, no, I kept the key. That's fine. Into the skull? Eh. Look, I'll report to the old lady. We'll send a team down here later, eventually. Poor bastard's been alone too long. He needs, I don't know, professional help. Here's my key. No, it wasn't. Not sure it was his either, though. Let's just leave. I think good could come out of staying here. What kind of esoteric pocket is this? Wait. No. I could talk to the dragon. Chat, should I talk to the dragon? I'm gonna need another one of those dream patches. Okay, we're gonna do this. Okay, we're gonna go back to this. No. Logically, it should be some kind of dimension pocket. It appears rather stable. Dimension pocket. A sliver of pocket dimension cast into the material realm. It will likely move in time, taking a new chunk of something with it. Dealing items, trapping victims, and hoarding ancient objects. Like this dragon skull. Although it is most likely more than just the skull trapped within these walls. Do not linger too long here. I wanna... Yes. We're talking to a dragon. Lean in and whisper to the skull. Animare. A deep rumble all throughout the walls of the apartment. I hope this thing speaks English, but I guess I can switch to comprehend languages if I need to. I do have spell slots for that. Whoa. I bet the old man felt that. I'm just having a chat with his friend here. Great. Very useful, he yells while attempting to keep his footing. A wind courses through the chamber, through every orifice of the dragon skull, and through you. Then it stops. He is ready. Who are you and what is your name are interesting. There's two of them. Do you know anything about the tea shop? I mean, it could be. You might. How do I get my own pet dragon? There's some important questions in here. Okay. Who are you? Another rumble. Ego sum terror, oras vasto sum primogenitus. I want to cast that. The voice causes you to recoil violently. I am the terror. I raise coasts. I am the firstborn. 4 more questions. I don't think you're answering my question. Try not to fall over. He calms down, but the wind continues. It wasn't a question. I am the master of Zerkamut, the first flame. I am Primordex. 3 more. Oh, that counted as a question? Hey, where's your dad's horde? The really famous one. My wrath knows no bounds, it continues, ignoring your question. Betrayed by flesh and stone. We could not foresee the cursed nature of this city. The haunted spirit, a relic of yore, it trapped me here. Oh, Father, near great worm of ash and snow, how I was to rise from your shadow. What strings were mended to seal this fate? What terror faltered in my absence? How I was to take the throne? How I was to lay siege to all bands? Frustra. All in vain. 2 more questions. Were you listening to me? Seriously, tell me, where is it? Seriously, where is it? You're not even... Seriously. Again, everything in the pocket shakes. Had it not been for this pocket of foul magic, the remnants of yore did it all, a hole in time and space, my eyes forced to watch for centuries as millennia pass. 1 moment inside equals 10 outside. That is the nature of this pocket. You see now, this pocket that engulfs this apartment, these bones and whatever tunnels through these walls, it was a time pocket. 1 second inside equals 10 outside. Oh. The goblin has figured it out as well. Oh shit, is that bad? We've only been here for a few minutes, but it does mean we've lost hours, probably, to this discussion. Where's the guy who's living his goal? Technically, he can't be aware of that because that occurred after he died. So he can't react to new information. It's been made very clear that Speak with Dead will not react to new information. It can only react to what they knew upon their death. Yeah, but let's not stay. Ask your last question. The skull is quiet. 1 more question. Where is the goddamn horde? Why upon the scorched earth would I ever tell you such a thing, tiny human? When we brought the wealth into this center of the world, excuse me, had a hiccup, solemn Ignis, to build the greatest empire of any world, beyond and within. There was nothing stopping us from preparing the perfect horde for my father, the perfect throne for his domain of fire. It is the greatest treasure ever accumulated. Oh gods. But you will never find it, for it was swallowed, it was buried, it was locked. The skull clatters, the apartment shakes, as the remains of Primordex let out a maddening laughter. As the sound fades, so does the mimicry of life. Oh boy. I mean, look, we're not looking for any dragon treasure, we've got stuff to do. But I'll admit, it does sound quite juicy. Yeah, treasure fun. If it involves the greatest treasure in all existence, then, either way, it'd be a hassle to have that much money. Now, let's get out of this pocket before we waste any more time. What, it's been 30 minutes outside? Yeah, you gotta go. Which means that poor dude in there. That little dude in there. Yeah, poor guy. He's been in there for a very, very long time as a result. Well, that was honestly, that was a fun little place to end things. So it is 11. We're coming up after 11, so we will call it from here. But yeah, that was some interesting. We got some good progress. I finally learned how to get my feats, and we got to talk to the corpse. We've got some leads. We found the paladin corpse, unfortunately, but we got some stuff. I wonder what happens if you can't speak with dead on the net. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I am going to find someone to park myself for picking up next week. Just not quite sure where to park myself. I'll put myself in Biskin's place, if only because it's kind of like a good central place for wherever I want to go. And yeah, we'll call it there. But yeah, that definitely, like, getting comprehend languages in Mage Hand really opened up some stuff. that was a fun little adventure. And we got to do the bonding with Snell. We're going to be maybe friends. And yeah, cool. All right, and let me just quickly check my inventory. We got that key. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. It's interesting to note that all my, well, with the exception of my charisma, all my current things have modifiers on them at this point. Anywho, let's wait, wrong button. We're gonna save. Alrighty. And then we'll jump over on here. Well, thank you guys so much for coming to hang out today in the Dungeon Lounge. And thank you very much to our raiders, both to Ray as well as to Cas Morgaz. Thank you guys so much. Very appreciated. And yeah, in terms of what's happening for the rest of the week in the Dungeon Lounge, no stream on Saturday, but Grim and I will be back on Sunday, assuming I can figure out the sound issues I'm having with It Takes Two. Hooray, scuff. Unfortunately, it's stuff that impacts the experience of people watching. But anyways, we'll hopefully get that figured out. If not, we'll figure out something else to do and have some fun along the way. Circling back into next week, on Tuesday, I'll be back at 8 p.m. to continue my New Game Plus playthrough of Silent Hill FFF, which has been very interesting so far. I do appreciate the changes that they are making into the second playthrough. So you can not just be bored doing the same stuff over and over. Grim will be back on Thursday. I believe he's going to be continuing his playthrough of Darkest Dungeon 2. And yeah, I always think it's interesting watching playthroughs of Darkest Dungeon. The relationships and stuff that can emerge. They're very fun. That will be at 2 p.m. And then I'll be back next Friday to continue playing Esoteric Ebb. And yeah, we're getting there. Slow and steady. We are going to solve this mystery. Yeah. All right. Well, if you haven't already, you can find the Dungeon Lounge on our various socials. Ta-da! That includes links to our Discord with more information about our schedules, as well as cat videos and cat memes and various shenanigans. Our YouTube channel, if you want to see VODs of prior playthroughs of any of the games that we've had fun with. And finally, our Blue Sky accounts. If you want to catch our random day-to-day thoughts. Anyway. With all that taken care of, let's go find someone to raid. Oomst is live.
Koslowski is live, but what's he doing? It doesn't tell me. It just says, ah!
It's a mystery. I guess we'll raid and we'll find out. Koslowski. Boop. Ah, it's Resident Evil Requiem. Now I understand the ah. But here we go. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Take care of yourself, and off we go. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, however time is perceived for you. Okay.